Texas remains one of baseball's most dangerous teams, capable of winning with either power or pitching. But on their home ground, the green and gold have had the Rangers number. The A's have won each of the last 5 meetings here in Oakland. Last night, the A's crept closer to first place with a series-opening victory over their arch-rivals. Can they gain another game tonight? The A's take on the Rangers in Game 2 next. Tuesday Night Baseball coming to you from the O.Co Coliseum. It's a very nice night for baseball as we get set for what will be Game 2 of this 3-game series. The A's won last night 5-1. They'll try to make it 2 in a row over the Rangers. So it's the Athletics and the Rangers. Game 2 coming up right here on Comcast Sportsnet, California. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Oakland A's Baseball. Along with Ray Fosse, I'm Glenn Kuiper. Well, if you pitch well, you hit back-to-back home runs, and you catch everything, you're probably going to win, and that's exactly what happened last night, Ray. Just a nice, clean win for the Athletics.
You know, A.J. Griffin has really been pitching well for the Athletics. Last June when he came up the rest of the season, he thinks that he picked up a pitch last night, and it really helped him. Improved slider. How about this one? A chase slider away from Nelson Cruz. He would strike out 8 batters last night using a cut fastball. There's a fastball elevated. He had all of his pitches working, but the main thing for him, he got some offensive support early. Cespedes with a home run to straightaway center field. Unfortunately, he would have to leave the game with an upset stomach. But then Brandon Moss, right behind him, a shot to straightaway center field. This was a monster shot. 7,000th home run hit in Oakland A's history. So quite an accomplishment for him.
All right, now we all know the deal with Bartolo Colon. Throws a lot of fastballs, and this team he's going to face, the Rangers, they like fastballs, they swing hard, and they hit a lot of home runs. So he has to be careful tonight.
Well, he has to get the ball down. That's the biggest thing for him. If he elevates his fastball, anybody's going to hit it, and that's what's happened in his last 3 starts. If he gets the fastball down, mixes in a few more sliders, but mainly keep the sinker down, he should have success.
And the Rangers will send a very good left-hander, Derek Holland, to the mound tonight. So Holland and Colon is your pitching matchup. Cespedes is back in the lineup. Remember, he hit a home run last night, and then, well, the stomach was bothering him, and he left the game, but he's feeling good today, and he is back in there. We'll have lineups at first pitch when we come back.
California is brought to you by Jack in the Box. The Chipotle Chicken Club Combo is back for a limited time at Jack in the Box. Try one today with fries and a drink for just $4.99 plus tax.
A's take the field. All whites tonight as we're moments away from first pitch. Game 2 of the 3-game series. A's won last night. We'll have day baseball tomorrow. And then the A's and the Rangers will have wrapped up this series. Game time weather tonight. It's presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. The admission-free boardwalk is open this weekend. 62 degrees, a little cooler tonight. But lots of blue skies. And the Rangers trying to even up this series at a game apiece. In fact, it looks like they have the same lineup as they did last night. Here it is. Kinsler, Andrus, Berkman, Beltre, Cruz, Moreland. Moreland had the home run last night. Soto, Murphy, Martinez.
And it is Bartolo Colon. A lot of success against the Rangers throughout his career. And it's been a long one, but just go back to June 6th of last season when he shut out the Rangers. 2-0 here. 8 innings, just 5 hits. And amazing thing about this year, just 1 walk and 41 in the 3rd innings. But Bartolo Colon just needs to get the fastball down, stay down in the strike zone tonight. And he could have success again against this very tough lineup.
First pitch of the ball game is a swing and a miss by Kinsler on a fastball. So we're underway. 7:06.
Kinsler was trying for a leadoff home run. He was swinging at the first pitch fastball, and it was a pretty good pitch to hit. Belt high.
I believe you have a word for that. Starts with an A. Ambush.
That's right. That's right. And we saw Rosales, and he's leading off again tonight. It's the lefty Holland pitching for the Rangers.
That's Vic Carapazza, who's the home plate umpire. Oh, 0-2 with Andrus to follow, and then Berkman here in the first. And that one hit toward third. Donaldson has it, guns it across, and that's out number 1. Let's look at the A's defense tonight. Smith in left, Cespedes in center, Taylor in right, and Donaldson at third, Rosales at short, Lowry at second, Fryman at first, and Norris again behind the plate.
Derek Norris getting a lot of work behind the plate. Of course, with the lefty tonight, John Jaso is not DHing as he has been against the right-handed pitchers, but Derek Norris again with the lefty pitching. John Jaso on the bench, as all the lefties are. 4 left-handed bats on the bench tonight for Bob Melvin.
Andrus swings at the first pitch. Rosales backpedaling, and that's out number 2.
I don't think the Rangers are going to wait around. I think they've seen enough of Bartolo Colon throughout his and their career that they know he's going to challenge with the fastballs. And there's another hitter going back to the dugout shaking his head saying, how did I miss that? Sometimes when you try too hard, when you know you're going to get a fastball and you kind of come out of your shoes, it's just that nice easy swing that you put on a pitch that usually that's when it travels the best.
Here's Lance Berkman. Berkman hitless last night, 0 for 4.
Oh,
the fastball percentage.
He's dropped.
Yeah, he dropped 1%, I believe.
He was at 90 last time we saw him. He'll get it back up tonight.
Starting to rely on that off-speed stuff.
That probably messed up the Rangers. They're thinking, wait a minute, it's 90, 91%, but boy, he's at 89 now. We have to be careful.
Starting to throw that slider a lot. 1-1 to Berkman, 287. He's got 3 home runs and 18 RBIs.
Bartolo actually shook off Derek Norris. You know, if you catch Bartolo Colon, you just put your glove up. Don't even give a sign. Just put your glove up. If it's going to be a variation of a fastball, it's just a matter of how you're going to throw it. ...3-1 is inside, and it's a walk.
So Beltre will hit here in the first inning with a runner aboard.
And those are rare walks for Bartolo Colon, just his second of the season.
This sounds funny. That second of the season.
Yeah, right. But this hitter, and we have seen Kinsler and Andrus swing early. This guy will swing early. So you have to really be careful with Adrian Beltre.
Decides to take, and it's in for a strike.
See, that's a two-seam fastball that Bartolo can throw to the outside part of the plate to right-handers.
Walks per 9 innings. So for Colon, it's 2 walks in 42 innings. That's the breakdown. Backhanded by Norris. Last night, the Rangers had just the 1 run on the home run. They had 7 hits. That was the only extra base hit. They did not have a walk, and they struck out 11 times. So not a great offensive night for Texas. Give the pitching of the A's credit for that. That one's lined left center field. Looks like it may have had a little knuckle to it. Cespedes has it. Side retired. So walk, runner stranded, and the Rangers do not score in the top of the first. Rosales in the leadoff spot, followed by Lowry, Cespedes, Donaldson, Norris, Motts, Smith, Fryman, and Taylor.
And Derek Carlin, the hard-throwing left-hander, on the mound for the Rangers. 3 wins on the season, a couple of starts last year, and, of course, a big appearance last year. But the 2 starts gave up a few home runs. Good fastball, low 90, 2- and 4-seam fastball, along with the curveball, slider, and changeup. A pitcher that Mike Maddox, the pitching coach, Ron Washington, the manager, would like to see probably be a little bit more consistent. He's got good stuff and probably just needs to use it all to have a better season.
3-2, 2.54 ERA for Holland.
Does a great Harry Carey.
Yes, he does. High pop-up, shallow right. Cruz is going to get there. Let's check out the defense for the Rangers. Murphy, Martin, Cruz in the outfield. Beltre, Andrus, Kinsler, Moreland on the infield. Soto is the catcher. So Holland retires Rosales, and here's Lowry. Lowry hitting in the second spot, and this is what Bob Melvin has been doing as far as facing a lefty or a righty. When it's a lefty, Lowry plays second, Rosales plays short, and when it's a righty, Lowry plays short and Sogard plays second. So it's a platoon. Just a little bit of a position swap.
Well, we saw during spring training Jed Lowry playing all over the infield, at least the three besides first base. So he is capable of playing those. And Adam Rosales getting the starts at short.
Andrus ranging far behind second base, and he makes a nice play and throws out Lowry. So that's out number 2.
Just did not hit it hard enough to get it into center field, and Elvis Andrus with a lot of range and showing it up the middle. Of course, once he gets the ball in his hand, able to throw out Jed Lowry without a problem. Long-term contract signed by Elvis Andrus as well as Kinsler at second, so they've got a very good double play combination. It's going to be around for a while.
XMO brought to you by Cache Creek Casino Resort. Well, they've won a lot of games with those two up the middle. Probably not going to change. Here's Cespedes, who takes a fastball outside. 7 home runs, 19 RBIs for Cespedes. 2 hits against Holland, both home runs. And this one's driven to right center. Cruz is going back, and he's going to have room, and he makes the catch. Side retired. No score after 1 from the Coliseum.
Kansas City. It's a 1:05 p.m. start. A's annual Scout Day. It's pregame festival in the B-Lot with games and activities for all scouts. It includes a pregame parade and commemorative patch. 5,000 kids will receive an A's beanie. It's courtesy of Ross Dress for Less. You must purchase a special ticket to participate. Tickets and info at oaklandathletics.com/scout.
First pitch swinging is Nelson Cruz. And Fryman in foul territory has it.
Pep, you know, one of the things, and we've seen Bartolo Colon, especially in the last 3 starts, where one time through the batting order, a lot of aggressive swinging by the opposition. And then the second time through, it's kind of been a little bit different. So if he keeps the fastball down, that could work in his favor because of the aggressiveness of the Rangers, especially if he can keep the ball down. So far, he seems to be able to do it.
Here's Moreland with the home run last night. He also struck out a couple of times. First pitch strike. Rangers have some guys who have been hot lately, and Moreland is one of them. 9 hits in his last 23 at-bats.
Chokes up just a little bit off the knob of the bat.
Saw the shift, thought about bunting. Donaldson is playing the shallow shortstop spot.
Just roll over on the sinker thrown by Bartolo Colon. Don't throw him a high fastball away where he can hit it to left field. There's the little slight choking up. Don't have to worry about your hammock bone if you do that.
Rosales, long ways to go, spins around, throws in time. So that's out number 2, and here's our Ford right choice. This was a Cologne start last year against these Rangers. It was on June 6th, and he went 8 shutout innings, and the A's won the game 2-0. Pretty good action on those pitches.
I was going to say the movement tremendous, and that similar situation occurred in Baltimore in the season when Bartolo just gave up nothing to the Orioles for 8 innings, went back out for the 9th. Bob Melvin pretty much said, "You want to go out?" And he said, "Yeah." He went out, a couple of infield hits. A's ended up losing the game as the Orioles walked off.
Here's Giovanni Soto. Hits one down the right field line, but it's going to be foul. 18 career wins against the Texas Rangers.
He's got a chance to pass him. Morris, Leonard, and Blyleven aren't pitching. Clemens, Messina, Mike Moore aren't pitching. Only Barry Zito and Bartolo Colon.
He's made 29 career starts. This is his 30th career start against Texas. Watch the broken bat on Exmo.
Oh, I was going to say, great to see Exmo. You're going to see splinters galore here.
That's a major broken bat right there.
But the good part about that, he kept the handle in his hand.
So Colon has beat Texas 18 times. He's looking for career win overall of number 175. He's 174 and 124. So that's a very good career record for Bartolo Colon. Two and two to Soto.
The main thing with Bartolo Colon, if you get a swing as Soto just swung at a high fastball, that it sounded like a dud. Just no crispness to the swing and contact in the bat. He's a manager. The Rangers hat, it's a future manager. Got his arms folded. I mean, that's the flat bill in his cap, no bend.
He's looking all around.
Yeah. Check it out, everybody.
Quick look at the out-of-town scoreboard. See how the Angels are doing.
That's a great shot.
Yeah, he's managing a little league team somewhere. Yeah. In the hole, Donaldson reaches down, grabs it, spins around. Nice play, side retire. Nothing for the Rangers. What does the young manager think? Well, he's thinking about his lineup cards. What he's doing.
everywhere. Available for iPhone, iPad, Android, and BlackBerry 10. At Bat delivers A's baseball with audio, pitch tracking, stats, breaking news, and video highlights. MLB TV premium subscribers can get At Bat premium features free and watch live out-of-market games. Text At Bat to 31826 or visit OaklandAthletics.com. Did you see that bat?
One was clean, one had a lot of pine tar.
Wow, looked like a pound of pine tar on it. To go back to that bat.
Line shot left center field. That's a base hit for Donaldson. Donaldson's going to try for two. The throw is not in time. He got in there. Ron Washington immediately out of the dugout.
Okay, on a play like that, there are times that a second baseman, middle infielder would just throw a tag down, but when the hands go in, they go around the tag. And evidently, and not seeing it firsthand, we will right now, but Josh Donaldson thinking too as soon as he swung the bat. And it looks like just a tag that Kerwin Danley did not think was applied quickly enough, and he missed it. He had the right hand on the bag as he was swiping. Watch the swipe tag right there. He missed him with the left hand, but the right hand was already on the bag, and Kerwin Danley right there to look at it. And that was an excellent call by the veteran second base umpire. But the right hand got it as the left hand was a little bit slow getting to the bag. That's great camera work there. Wow.
So here's Norris. Donaldson has his 13th double of the year, tying Jed Lowry for the team lead in that category. So Norris steps in, hitting .238 with a homer and 7 RBIs. Got 6 doubles. Good on base percentage for somewhat low batting average. What Norris has done is he's walked a lot this year. He got 17 walks.
I think he made a very good point when he talked to us in the postgame last night, where he said he's not concerned about hitting home runs. He had a big one in Seattle, one in the left center that was a rocket. But I think he realized when it came up he was supposed to hit home runs, and he did his first game, but they came in on the June 24th. But you're not going to hit a lot of home runs. You're going to hit more, drive in more runs with base hits and doubles. And last night this was another rocket off Ortiz, and that ball just took off and was so low. Martin thought maybe the ball would be caught by Elvis Andrus, but it was not. Went all the way to the wall, and he drove in a run. Just a nice, easy, strong swing from Derek Norris.
Luke Montz waits in the on-deck circle. Opportunity for the A's here in the bottom of the second inning. That one fouled right at the plate.
And that was a quick pitch. Justin Grimm just went invisible.
Yeah, that was last night's starter, Justin Grimm.
Watch a quick pitch. He doesn't even look at second, just immediately threw the ball quickly to Derek Norris. And there's Josh Donaldson at second, unaware, and probably this time he'll look at second base to try to at least look him back.
Andrus very close to Donaldson.
He's not.
And Norris swings and misses. So an unproductive out for Norris. So one out here in the second inning, and that'll bring up Montz.
Interesting that Holland did not look back. I thought maybe the previous time when he quick pitched, but that's something the A's might look at. Maybe the report on Josh Donaldson that he's not a threat to steal, so Derek Holland is not paying attention to him at second base.
First pitch to Montz is slider down and in. Montz with 4 hits in 20 at-bats. There's the pitch selection breakdown for Holland. Lots of sliders.
Yeah. 79% between the two, and that's a lot of fastballs and sliders.
Montz with a home run, 3 RBIs. Outfield shifted toward right. In fact, David Murphy, the left fielder, is way off the line. Martin, the center fielder, is over in the right center.
This is called by the home plate umpire, Nick Carapazza, and you hear the fans there. They appealed to first base, but it was the home plate umpire making the call somehow. Yeah, you're right about Murphy and left field. You very rarely see a left fielder that far off the line.
That one runs inside, and the count is 3-1. So do you figure, Ray, if they play their outfield defense like that, but then he's throwing that last pitch, a fastball inside, maybe the Rangers are thinking, well, we don't think he can get to a fastball inside.
That's usually the case if the defense is shading that way. I think they're wondering if he's even going to swing at a fastball inside. And if he does, he's got a 3-1 slider as he did with the 2-0 slider. He's definitely not giving in when he's behind the count. Holland going more to the slider, which again is the second best pitch, second percentage wise.
And a good pitch there, and Motts strikes out. So the count was 3-1, and Holland came with a couple of off-speed pitches and good ones.
Right. If he throws that many sliders and the percentage that we showed, he's going to throw a lot of them. And that's the game plan that Chili Davis talks about. You have a game plan, your first at bat, then you see what happens. And I think the A's hitters are saying that when he's in trouble, Derek Holland will go to a slider. Chili Davis giving the information to Big Mike, Michael Taylor. Coco standing next to him. Maybe we'll see Coco Crisp tomorrow. He is eligible to return from the disabled list.
So Seth Smith steps in. He's the only left-handed hitter in the A's lineup tonight against Holland. That hard slider, no swing.
Sunday against the Mariners, Joe Saunders, the lefty, was pitching, and only Randall Moss, lone left-handed hitter in the lineup, and unfortunately for him, he did not make contact against, I guess they're calling him now Safe Cold Joe. Joe Saunders pitches extremely well in Safe Cold Field.
Not a bad nickname. Interesting breakdown. Lefties hitting better, a lot better than righties against Holland, which you probably would not expect.
And I think a lot of that is that his slider works so effectively against the right-handers. Throwing to the back foot, as we saw with Montz and actually Derek Norris as well. It's not as effective a pitch against lefties.
Shallow center field. Martin comes in. He's got it. Side retired. So the A's got a leadoff double, but could do nothing with it. No score after 2.
tasting live from the all-new Budweiser Bowtie Bar. While you're there, you can order a customized A's jersey and get it the same day. Grab some buds and then come grab some buds at the Budweiser Bowtie Bar at Section 129. That's buds as in buddies. So you and I can be buddies and we can go Friday
let's
night
head over there.
Bowtie.
Do a game from there. Do it off the monitor.
Maybe take BI as well. A bud.
Murphy to lead it off, followed by Martine, and then the top of the order, Kinsler. Top of the third inning. One base runner for the Rangers in the first 2 innings. It was a Berkman walk in the first. So if you believe if you play well in your division, you're going to have a good season, which generally holds true. These two teams are both playing well within the AL West. Lowry has it. Big Nate Fryman has to hustle back, and he does.
Well, Nate Fryman almost did what a lot of first basemen have done so far this year and ranged too far to his right. But he started and then realized where his second baseman was and able to get back quickly enough. But watch him move to his right. He goes and says, oops, Lowry's there. I better hurry back, and you better hurry because Murphy can get down the line, and Jed Lowry's going to unload quickly. So a nice play, and looked like Fryman a little upset with himself that he'd ranged too far.
One out for Martine. So the A's against the Western Division so far this year are a very fine 15-5.
Playing most of your games within your own division, so that's a nice number to have.
Donaldson playing in has it, and that's out number 2. So that's the good news for the A's. The bad news is what they're doing against all the other teams in the American League. They're 5-15. Do the math, and the A's are 20-20.
Look at the batting average against the West versus the rest and the home runs.
Now the Rangers are 14-6 against the AL West. So both teams have done well. They've done well against the Astros, both teams. Two outs for Kinsler.
How about that first pitch slider? There you go.
There it is.
And that's good. Kinsler got a first pitch fastball, his first AB, and swung, fouled it back. Started to swing on this one, but it was a slider.
Another slider. Rosales has it. And that's a very nice 3-up, 3-down inning. 3 ground ball outs for Cologne. Bottom of the third coming up. Fryman, Taylor, and Rosales for the A's. scores of your favorite team sent directly to your phone. Text athletics to 82653 to receive A's final score alert. CSNCalifornia.com. It's your mobile leader for authentic Bay Area sports. He's doing it right now. Or maybe he's checking on another game. Maybe he's checking on the Angels and the Royals.
Or maybe he's just not paying attention to anything.
Be careful. Foul ball.
That's right. That's the biggest thing. Maybe they're creating their own between inning music and entertainment.
Can do that too.
Or they could check Diamond Vision if they're in the stands here.
Speaking of those Royals and Angels, scoreless in the third. Game 2 of that 3-game series. It's Guthrie for Kansas City, Vargas for the Angels. Guthrie's 5-0.
Yes, he is.
Great.
He's very good. I think that Guthrie this year got some help. They traded for James Shields.
Santana. We'll see
exactly.
Shields and Santana this weekend. We'll not see Guthrie. Last night, the Royals won 11-4. The Royals banged out 19 hits against the Angels. So we'll keep an eye on that game as it goes along. Two to Fryman. He gets jammed, hits a little looper that's caught by Kinsler. So 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Here's our AT&T U-verse rewind. October 3rd, 2012. And the reason we're showing you the Coco Chris 2-run double and moments later the Josh Hamilton 2-run error is because the guy on the mound was Derek Holland.
He's pointing up. There's the third out of the inning. He dropped the ball. You can still hear Vince Cotroneo and hearing you. All the replays on. Nobody could believe it.
My throat still hurts.
Yeah.
Or as John Cougar Mellencamp said, hurt so good, Ray.
Oh, so good. That's a name that you just threw out there.
It was fun. I'm sure they.
Nobody expected. That's the big thing. I mean, just a routine fly ball, and oh, how often we say you can never assume anything. Even at this great level of Major League Baseball, you cannot just assume that players are going to make every play. Infielders, outfielders, pitchers.
Did we ever find out if did he lose it in the sun, or did it? I mean, it was very sunny that day. I don't know if that was the case. I know he had a pretty heated conversation with that man, Ron Washington, at the end of that inning.
You know, Sunday, a little breezy, sunny. I mean, you know, those combinations. But I think he just took his eye off the ball. Kind of nonchalantly went after it and assumed it was going to be an easy play. And it's only taking a little swirling wind here at the Coliseum. View quarters, left field, right field.
Taylor hanging in there. So 1-2 the count. Rosales will be next. 1 out here in the bottom of the third. There's that slider, and it looked like Holland took a little off that one.
Yeah.
So he's got that one, and he's got one that he throws a little bit harder.
Chili Davis is talking to Brandon Moss, who loads as well as anybody, in that he gets ready to swing the bat. Some guys just don't load, and as a result, they're just trying to protect. And there's the hard slider to Michael Taylor.
That's a good breaking ball there, and Taylor strikes out. So Michael Taylor just really struggling. He's now 1 for 23.
Now batting shortstop, number 17.
He flew open the hips and slider down out of the strike zone, perhaps, and just a hard slider that Holland likes to throw. And there's the reason he has success against the right-handers, because he can throw the slider down and in to the righties.
First pitch in for a strike to Adam Rosales, who hit a fly ball to Cruz in the first inning. A lot of playing time for Adam Rosales since coming off the disabled list on the 25th of April. Fastball inside, 94 miles an hour. So Holland, he can run it up there.
Kat, you think of a few video coordinators that have pulled up the Adam Rosales, CC Sabathia bat New York and said, put a big A in front of that. Yeah. Fastball, don't throw him a fastball first pitch. If he's leading off, he will swing at it.
Woo! So the off-speed stuff for Holland seems to be working tonight. We've seen him almost take a little off to get a strike if he needs one, and then throw it a little harder if he needs a swinging strike. A little bit harder, but Rosales with a good take. Full count.
2-2 slider. He's probably going to throw it 3-2. Unless he throws a hard fastball inside off the plate. That's kind of been what he has been doing, his approach to the right-handers.
There's a shot to left, and that's a hit. So Rosales finally got a fastball, and he's got a base hit.
That's a great at bat by Adam Rosales, because kind of in between, you have to be thinking about the slider, but he threw the fastball, he waited, and Adam Rosales just unloaded quickly on a high fastball with a top hand and hammered it to left field. And there's one you'd like to see, a power hitter, and Rosales has the power to get under the ball just a little bit, but he had a top hand and was on top of it. And a sinking line drive base hit instead of a possible home run.
So that gets Lowry in at bat here in the third. Swing and a miss and a changeup. Lowry grounded out to short in the first inning. I would say that so far tonight, that Holland, his maybe a slider percentage, maybe even a little bit higher than that. What was it, 23%? Or
I think it's 55 and 24 combined. 24. I think he's more 55 of the slider,
seems like
24 of the fastball. Exactly. And when hitters like Adam Rosales hit his fastball the way he did, maybe it would be less and less of the fastballs.
Well, I mean, you know, the velocity's there in 94. That's that season breakdown. Punched foul, and Holland now ahead in the count, 1-2. No score. The A's with a couple of hits. The Rangers do not have a hit yet. He's had a double by Donaldson leading off the second inning, so they had a nice opportunity against Holland, but could not do anything with that leadoff double. And a fastball swing and a miss by Lowry. So that's 4 strikeouts in 3 innings for Derek Holland. And we are headed to the 4th. Andrus, Berkman, and Beltre to hit. Recognizes Bay Area teachers who make a difference. Visit csncalifornia.com to vote for the 2013 All-Star Teacher and check out the finalist bios and video features. The winning teacher receives $20,000 for his or her school. There's our good friend. I don't really know what to call him.
Your good friend.
The Big A?
I think he's just happy that you're calling him your good friend.
He's happy we put him on TV. But now when you look up and you wonder where he is in the stands, you can't really miss him. He's way out in right center field.
That's a good point.
As soon as you look up, oh, there he is. Honestly, folks, you can't miss him.
And he has to have a few friends because he cannot be up there in that outfit by himself.
He do nothing but just sit there. Has he got any friends out there? Yeah, he's got 2. So he can't fully sit down. It looks like he's just sitting on kind of sitting on the chairs. The chairs in the upward position. Hope he's comfortable. 1-2 to Elvis Andrus. Colon got a glove on it, but it's going to be a base hit. So that's the first hit for the Texas Rangers. It's a leadoff single by a very speedy Elvis Andrus.
Well, a lot of times you'll see this with a pitcher with the glove back, and there are times that will actually go into the glove. This time straight up. Bartolo did not know where it was.
He almost caught it.
He almost caught it. That's a sure base hit up the middle. He doesn't get a glove on it.
But he uses a fairly small glove for a pitcher. So here's Berkman. Berkman walked in the first inning. Lance Berkman, now 37 years old. He turned 37 in February. Spent all those very fine seasons with the Houston Astros. And remember, the Astros in 2010 traded him to the Yankees.
Yep.
Finished the season with the Yankees. And then that offseason signed with the St. Louis Cardinals. Had a huge year in 2011, 31 home runs. Banged up last year. Well, the Rangers are banking on him being healthy, and I think if he stays healthy, he will put up pretty good numbers for them.
Well, not only that, he'll play some games, have some at bats, and he's got incentive clause in his contract, which is a healthy, guaranteed contract, but then some very good incentives for him based on not necessarily performance, but number of at bats.
1-1 pitch is popped up shallow left. Smith coming in. He's got it, and that's out number 1. So with 1 out, that gets us to our trivia question brought to you by AT&T. Who are the only 4 players with 100 or more RBIs in each of the last 3 seasons?
Adrian Beltre.
100 or more RBIs in each of the last 3 seasons. There's only 4 players. Maybe Beltre's on that list. Wouldn't surprise us.
This is his 3rd year with the Rangers.
3rd year, and he had a huge year with the Red Sox.
Yeah.
And I know he drove in 100 that year.
That helped get him the big contract to the Rangers, which was a smart move on his part.
So I looked at Beltre's career numbers right now. He's 33 years old. He's got a contract that runs through 2016, so he's going to play 3 more years. That one bounced foul. He has 2,266 hits. He has 354 career home runs, and he's won 4 Gold Gloves. So my thinking, Ray, was let's say he continues at his production rate for the remainder of the contract, which would be this year and then 3 more years. Do you think he's a Hall of Fame candidate?
Well, you can't say 3,000 hits is going to guarantee him
No.
entrance, because Greg Biggio found that out this past January.
Now we're talking about just hypothetically, he continues to produce close to what he's doing now for the next 3-4 years. That's a little flare to right. That's going to be a tough play, and Taylor can't get it. It rolls past him. Andrus is going to go to third, Beltre to second. So it was just lobbed out there in just about the right spot. Michael Taylor had a very, very long run. I mean, you see where he's coming from.
Well, you can see that Elvis Andrus knew it was going to drop because of how far and the way the ball was hit and how far Michael Taylor had to run. And by going into the slide and the ball eluding his glove and his body, of course, that allowed both runners to take the extra base. And now 2 runners in scoring position.
Nelson Cruz.
To answer your question, I would say that it's a very good chance.
I do too. I think, again, this is all hypothetical.
A lot of times they look at world championships and his postseason play, and although the Rangers came close a couple of times, and of course he came up with the Dodgers, signed a big contract with the Mariners.
Taylor backing up, Andrus tagging up, and the throw is going to go to third. It's going to be a sacrifice fly for Nelson Cruz, and the Rangers lead 1-0. So Cruz gets his 28th RBI of the year.
Another fastball and inside, but able to drive the ball far enough to the right side. Stayed inside the ball nicely to be able to get it in the air far enough.
So 2 outs, a run in, and here's Mitch Moreland. Moreland takes a pitch a bit off the plate. Moreland grounded out to short in the 2nd inning. When I say short, I mean he hit it to himself. Let's be careful with it.
Did you see that? Beltre. Colon wasn't going to throw him. Beltre did a 360. He might make it to the Hall of Fame just on the way he plays the game and has a little fun doing it.
Yes, he does. He will make you chuckle occasionally.
It's a big play, and it didn't even get to the bag. He saw Rosales and knew there wasn't going to be a throw. Beltre was the first, and there are a few players copying him now. On the appeal, while he's swinging, he will actually ask the first base umpire. He will not give the home plate umpire a chance to call a pitch. He will appeal himself, because once the home plate umpire makes the call, you cannot ask for in this case, the first base umpire to make a call. Funniest thing I ever saw whenever he first did that. Check swing and point immediately to first base.
We didn't know what the heck he was doing when he first did it.
Asking for his own appeal.
Well, you liked it because you always say you should check.
That's right. Well, yeah, that's umpire behind the plate should never do it. That's right. And I think Beltre realizes that it's very difficult for a home plate umpire to watch the flight of the baseball and the swing, or in this case a check swing, and that's what he's looking at there. And you know, you can see the body move forward does not mean the bat is going with it, and that is not a swing. So you need to go to the corners and ask.
Very high to right center. Taylor going back, still going back, and it is gone. Mitch Moreland does it again. A high fly ball that just kept carrying, and it's a 2-run homer, 3-0 Texas.
Looked on the board, it said 86, so it was not a particularly great pitch. Trying to go away, left it up, and very similar to what A.J. Griffin did last night with the fastball. Belt high, and it's a little cool right now also, but ball just kept carrying.
Breaking ball to Soto, who swings and misses. So home run number 8 and the 5th in the month of May for Moreland. So he said he's a hot hitter. And got 17 RBIs. 2 breaking balls in a row, and it's 0-2. Soto can't believe he just saw 2 sliders from Bartolo Colon.
Should see a third. Swings like that. The location we talked about, Bartolo Colon leaving the pitches up, and whenever they're left up, really in this half inning, every ball that's been hit has been elevated. Magadan, he's got to be happy. He left the Red Sox, although they have a very good hitting team. But Dave Magadan has really joined a club that can pound the basement.
Yeah, I think you'll always be okay if you're the Texas Rangers batting coach. Hitting coach. Do you remember the Rangers ever not having a good offensive team?
No.
Thank you.
No.
Nope.
And now you add their good pitching. That's what makes them
a little dangerous.
A little dangerous. Exactly right.
Coming into tonight, the Rangers and the Yankees tied for the best record in the American League. The Yankees won their game tonight. I think they beat the Mariners. Come back, beat them 4-3.
Yeah, Mariners had a 3-1 lead.
Colon reaches out and grabs it. Side retired. 3 runs for the Texas Rangers, including a Mitch Moreland home run.
That's a 1:05 p.m. start. This is a good one. 10,000 fans will receive a gold Yoenis Cespedes jersey, and it's courtesy of Pepsi. There it is. The 52 with Cespedes on the back. Tickets are at 877-493-BALL. You can go to oaklandathletics.com/tickets. We just want to see Cespedes and boys wearing the gold alternate jersey that day. Push hard for that. That would be a good one.
So Cespedes leading it off here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Hits one high to center field. Martin goes back, turns around, settles underneath it. And that's out number 1. Great scene before the game tonight. Cespedes speaking with the Hall of Famer Ricky Henderson. Not a bad guy to listen to if you're Cespedes.
Third baseman, number 20, Josh Donaldson.
It's always fun to see Ricky Henderson holding court.
Well, the one thing he's also going to be doing, and we hope, remember the game against the Angels, Cespedes had second base stolen but overslid the bag. And Ricky, of course, the best at sliding and knowing when to slide. And so if nothing else, try to teach Cespedes how many steps to second, at what point do you start the slide, so when you do, you can either grab it with your hand or your foot and not slide past the bag. And that was a big stolen base that was there, but with the overslide, Kendrick tagged him, but A's were down by a run, and just the late slide by Cespedes and his momentum took him past the bag.
2-0 pitch to Donaldson is in for a strike.
Think of all the bags Ricky stole and head first and pounding on his chest. That had hurt.
You would think.
Yeah, but he could do it. He said it's like
his hands,
yeah,
fingers,
like he's landing an airplane softly.
Good pitch there. 2-2 the count. Donaldson with a double leading off the 2nd inning, but the A's could not get him home.
A's with a couple of hits in the first 3 innings. The Rangers did not have one in the first 3, but then capitalized in their 4th inning.
Kinsler has it. He's going to throw to Holland covering, but it's a bit late.
That's an excellent play by both the second baseman into the outfield grass and the pitcher, and great hustle as we saw in his first at bat. Josh Donaldson hustling double. This one inside out to the right side. Moreland could not get it, but what a great play by Kinsler, perfectly throwing it to Holland. But the hustle by Josh Donaldson beat it out. See an infielder make a throw like that. Pitcher there to cover quickly, but it's Gary Cederstrom liking the hustle of Josh Donaldson.
So here's Norris, 1-out base runner for the A's. Fastball for a strike.
Yeah, DJ Rayburn. I guess Cederstrom was there last night.
Yes, he was.
He was, and I just took it from last night's score sheet and put it in tonight.
But vacation time for Gary Cederstrom.
Yeah, after one game, huh?
It's DJ Rayburn.
Sorry, DJ. It's like John Tumpane, huh?
Yeah, that's right.
Young, getting younger and younger.
Pitches down low.
Josh Donaldson hitting the ball inside out to the right side. It was a fastball, and maybe second time through the order. Guys thinking more about the slider. Donaldson hit a fastball 1-0 his first at bat. Fastball inside, but Holland to the right hand has been throwing a lot of sliders and getting outs, strikeouts.
Short lead by Donaldson. Albert Pujols has just homered for the Angels, his 6th of the year, and the Angels and the Royals are tied 1-1 in the bottom of the 4th inning.
A good thing for Albert, he didn't have to run hard.
Nope.
Plantar fasciitis bothered him a little bit.
Fastball is high. 2-2 the count. About 5 minutes ago here at the Coliseum, it
feels like it got about 10 degrees cooler, did it not?
I was thinking the same thing. That's what was amazing about Moreland's ball. I thought it cooled off just enough to knock the ball down. Yeah. At least off the wall, but it kept carrying. That's how strong he is.
There's a drive. Shallow left center, but Martin got a good jump, and he makes the catch for out number 2. All right, it's time for our AT&T Trivia Answer. Who are the only 4 players with 100 or more RBIs in each of the last 3 seasons? Pretty good group. Beltre, Cabrera, Gonzalez, and Braun. So Beltre, and probably on his way to another 100 RBI season, hitting cleanup in this lineup. Here's Luke Motz, struck out swinging in the 2nd inning. So some pretty good breaking balls from Holland, and Holland starts him out with a fastball there, and that would be getting in your kitchen.
Yeah.
As that fastball ran right in on the hands of Motz. Was just able to fight it off. Watch this one.
Taking all your food out of the kitchen too.
It's
out of your freezer.
Right in there. In there again.
He's going to stand there too. So Adam Rosales get him out of the kitchen. His last at bat with a hard single to left. Remember, Mott struck out on the 3-1, 3-2 slider. They actually kept throwing the sliders down and in. It's not easy for a hitter in a platoon situation facing just lefties. I mean, granted, Sunday to tonight, Tuesday, Saunders and now Holland, but still facing just the one type of pitcher, it's not easy.
So Holland, the 1-2 delivery. Off speed, swing and a miss. Strikeout number 5 for Derek Holland. A runner left for the A's, and we are moving to the 5th. 3-0 Texas.
For 1:05 p.m. start, and it's always a great day. Pre-game festival and on-field parade for uniformed players and coaches. It's the Little League Day, the second one of the season for the Athletics. 5,000 kids will receive a Cocoa Crisp cereal bowl. It's driven by Chevrolet. You must purchase a special ticket to participate. Tickets, you can go to 510-638-GO-A's or OaklandAthletics.com/Little League.
First pitch swinging, Murphy grounds it. Lowry slides to his right. And Murphy's retired.
So out number 1 here in the top of the 5th. Rangers got all 3 of their runs in the 4th inning. Sac fly by Cruz, 2-run homer by Moreland. It's hard to believe, Ray, this is game number 41 for the Athletics. So basically right around the quarter mark of the season already.
How are you in the quarter mile? You fast?
I'd like to think I was more of a closer, Ray. You know? Slow out of the gate.
Slow out of the
gate. 2 quick outs, a couple of ground ball outs.
So the quarter mile relay, then you have been good.
Yeah, right. Limping home.
Just hit the baton early, don't drop it.
Right. Just seems like the fact that we're a quarter into the season already. Seems like it's got here quick.
And that's what happens in baseball when you're playing every day. That's part of it. The schedule just goes because every day you're at the park, working, traveling, doing baseball. And from a player standpoint, if you're winning, it goes quicker than ever. If you're losing, it's the longest season you've ever seen.
That one's hit pretty well to left. Smith going back, and he's going to have just enough room. Jumps up right in front of the wall. Side retired. 3 up, 3 down inning. It'll be Smith, Tryman, and Taylor in the bottom of the 5th.
Yearly prices. Watch every out-of-market game live on over 350 supported mobile and connected devices in HD quality with MLB.TV Premium. Visit MLB.TV today. MLB.TV, baseball everywhere. I mean everywhere.
First pitch to Seth Smith is a little bit low. Derek Holland, good stuff tonight. He's got 5 strikeouts in 4 innings. He has not walked anybody. He's allowed 2 hits. And he's thrown 64 pitches. So the left-hander. Looking at Holland starts this year, and he's got good numbers, very good ERA, but he's really only had 1 bad start. It was against the Angels on the 22nd of April. He gave up 6 earned runs in 5 2/3 innings. But every other start has been quality. Thus the good ERA of 2.54. And I think you said it best, Ray. I think the Rangers are looking at this guy and saying, you now need to start being a leader of this staff. I mean,
been here long enough now. It's his 4th year in the big leagues. He's still only 26 years old, but the stuff is there. There's no question about it.
Mike Maddox, you saw the pitching coach, and done a very good job with Yu Darvish. There is the veteran pitching coach now with the Rangers, and done an excellent job with the Texas club. But, you know, he kind of, in a sense, not. I mean, you have to know how to treat individuals, and in the case of this guy, Holland, he's good enough. He should be winning a lot more than he has been. And I think that's why Mike Maddox and the club might have been saying it's time that you do step up, and he's done it.
Well, if you're the Rangers, you're thinking, listen, if this guy is as good as we think he is and will continue to be, and you put him and Darvish together, that's a pretty good 1-2 punch, and you're going to have them for a long time.
The pitchers on the disabled list we detailed last night.
That's a base hit, right field for Seth Smith.
Well, strikeouts for Holland tonight. We talked about his slider working very effectively against the right-handers, and he has used it tonight. As you take a look at the 5. How about Derek Norris? Slider down and in. Mons 3-1, and then a 3-2 slider down and in. Michael Taylor, slider down and in. The only fastball has been this one, and he got Jed Lowry inside and went back to the slider and got Luke Mons, the 5th strikeout with sliders. And that is a very sharp breaking slider, too. We've seen it from Brett Anderson. But a couple of times tonight he's gone 3-2 count to Rosales, and now Seth Smith. Both have singled on the fastballs.
That one's hit hard, and that's a base hit. So the A's have 2 on and nobody out here in the 5th inning. So Fryman hits it hard right up the middle.
This one not that far from Elvis Andrus, and Fryman, you could just say maybe the ball shot through the infield awfully quickly, but watch how close, and just no dive. And maybe he just thinks if he dives, he comes up with it, he's not going to get it out anyway. And some guys just don't do it for fear of maybe injuring themselves when they do dive. It's okay without a runner in scoring position, but when there's a runner at second, uniform games get dirty.
So Michael Taylor steps up. So an interesting decision for Bob Melvin. You got a hitter who is struggling big time. You got 2 on and nobody out, and it's the 5th inning, and you're behind.
Well, the skipper said it's sometime Big Mike's going to break out. Maybe this is the time he's going to break out.
So he takes the ball, 1-0 the count. Taylor struck out swinging in the 3rd inning after an extended at bat. He needs a hit. And that one missed inside somewhere.
I think both Soto and Holland thought they had a strike. And maybe Michael Taylor was taking all the way, because that's a pitch he had swung and missed in the first at bat. This is a time to just load up and crush it. Let it go.
And it's inside with another fastball. Close pitches, but called balls by Vic Carapazza, and it's 3-0. Pitch right in there for a strike. Rosales will be next. Terrific opportunity for the A's to break through against Holland. Inside corner with a fastball, 3-2. Well, interesting. What will he throw? 3-2.
Well, you and I are both thinking the same thing, that if he throws a slider, it's going to be tough for him not to swing over it and strike out. Let's just hope that is not the case.
Three-two pitch. He missed inside, and the bases are loaded with nobody out.
Stay with the fastballs, and he could not throw a strike on the inside part of the plate.
So Holland in trouble.
First walk.
Yep. So long meeting at the mound. It's going to be broken up by the home plate umpire.
Now batting, shortstop, number 17, Adam Rosales.
Well, you don't get a lot of opportunities in a game at this level, especially when you're facing a quality pitcher. Here's a great opportunity for the A's. Bases loaded, nobody out, trailing by 3.
Good time for his first hit with the bases loaded. Adam Rosales, and he takes a stride. Rosales, a fly ball to right in the first, a single in the third. Smith at third, Fryman at second, Taylor at first. Golden opportunity for the Athletics. That one's hit toward Andrus. Out at second, and the turn is in time. Double play, run scores. So Smith comes in, and even the speedy Rosales could not beat that one out, as Anders Kinsler always do a pretty nice job turning the double play.
It was tailor-made right to the shortstop. If he had to go to his left or right, maybe just enough for Rosales to beat it out, but it was just so perfectly hit right to Andrus to make the nice feed to his second baseman.
So the A's do get a run, and they still have Fryman at third. We'll see if Lowry can come up with a 2-out hit.
Rosie is trying to roll over on a pitch that maybe if he goes the opposite field, but there's the nice feed, quick turn. It had to be quick to get the speed of Rosales. So he's now 0 for 12.
With the bases. Drive to left field. Headed for the wall, and it's going to one-hop the wall. Fryman's going to come in to score, and Lowry with a 2-out run-scoring double. 3-2.
Now that's perfect. That really makes Adam Rosales feel a lot better. A 2-out double. Jed Lowry struck out previous at bat with a fastball inside. Grounded out his first time, and then gets one belt high and hooks it down the left field corner. That's a great swing by Jed Lowry, who has had a number of 3-hit games this year, but this one hit, the first one in this game, is a huge one. 2-out RBI hits, the best that you'll ever see.
So here's Cespedes, a chance to tie it up. Fastball is inside. So 82 pitches now for Holland, and that's a lot. We're not through the 5th inning yet. Oh, and that one's ripped down the left field line. Foul.
Oh my. I thought it might hit the foul pole and knock it down. It's hit so hard. Hanging breaking ball, Cespedes out in front. And as strong as he is, thought maybe it would hook late, but right in front of the foul pole. But that ball was hit hard. Wow. Look out. I don't blame you. Get out of the way.
Fastball is high, so Holland has left some pitches up in this inning. Cespedes with a fly ball to right field and a fly ball to center field so far. Inside corner.
You know, a lot of pitchers, a lot of lefties, that is, stay to the outside part of the plate to right-handed hitters because they have the natural movement away. But Holland featuring a lot of fastballs inside the four-seam variety in addition to his slider.
Toward Andrus, ball takes a nice big hop and side is retired. The A's get 2 runs back on 3 hits, so we're through 5. It's now 3-2 Texas. Sports at California is brought to you by Cash Creek's Great American Cash Giveaway. Thousands of dollars every weekend. Visit cashcreek.com for details. Concourse, always a busy place here at the Coliseum. And the Rangers with a 3-2 lead. It is the 6th inning. It'll be Andrus Berkman Beltre against Colon.
If there's ever a time to get a shutdown inning, this would be it for Bartolo Colon. He has had a lot of success, especially whenever he's been given run support. As we have seen this season, he has done very well.
Andrus singled and scored in the 4th inning. He's 1 for 2. 2 for 6 in the series. Ray mentioned that long contract. An 8-year extension signed right at the beginning of the season, the 4th of April. So it's a contract that runs through 2022.
Oh, your name is Elvis. That's good.
That is good. That's good if your name's anything.
Anything. Now, the Rangers are smart in locking him up. He's been a young shortstop and he's played well. A lot of success in his early years, and it warranted giving him a long-term deal. I'll have to go up to the clubhouse to watch the highlight of that one because Diamond Vision not showing the replay.
Yep. Berkman.
I think one of the greatest sights in seeing Dick Green come back a few years back. I think it was maybe the 30th anniversary of the 72 3 and 4 World Championships, and Dick Green looked at the Diamond Vision. He couldn't believe it. He could actually see the replays of the plays you made. Because we never had it back in the 70s. Charlie never quite went that far with the Diamond Vision and the replays. Now you see guys swing the bat or make plays. Immediately they look up just to see themselves.
He would like some of those big new scoreboards they got around town.
And he made some great plays. He'd have been looking up there all the time.
And the problem with plays from the 60s and even the 70s, not all the games were televised, so you end up seeing the same highlights over and over and over.
That's right.
I'm sure Dick Green has made hundreds of great plays. Cespedes back,
over his head, and it bounces back toward the infield. And Berkman is going to try for three, and Cespedes does not pick it up clean, and Berkman's going to make it. Very, very heads-up base running by Berkman. He was running hard, and then when he saw the juggle, he never stopped, and he ends up at third.
And that's a big 3-base hit if he gives a true 3-base hit. But Cespedes got turned around a little bit with the ball over his head. He turns one way, then turns another, and the ball comes back hard, and he's not able to pick it up. At that point, he thinks it's going to be a double, and then looked up and realized Berkman was going. If he picks it up cleanly, and that's very close to being a home run, but Cespedes just went back too far. If it's going to be over your head, you might as well stop and play the carom and play it clean and make it just be a double and not a triple. And a 3-base hit or a double in air.
See, that should be a double in air, and I don't think it is. It's triple. Well, if it says triple, that I don't think that's a good call, because he was not going to go. Now, he was running hard, but he was running the way you're supposed to be running, and when he saw that it was not picked up clean, he just kept running.
But the thing about Berkman and the bad knees that he has had, he can run hard. It doesn't mean he's running fast.
Exactly.
You know, and so he was doing what, like you said, you run hard as if you're going for two, which was going to get an easy double, almost able to trot for a home run. But I mean, you can understand his speed or lack of, because the infield's halfway back, so that at least trying to take a hit on a ground ball away from Beltre.
See, now he's running hard.
A slight hesitation as he hit the bag, and I think at that point, as he was approaching second, is when Cespedes reached down and peeked and saw, well, he was not able to come up with the ball with his bare hand.
1-2 pitch, and Beltre with a good take. Well, I think Berkman probably deserves a lot of credit. I mean, he really was running very hard.
You know, Beltre, the check swing, and he knew he did not go, so he did not ask for the appeal to first base. Yeah, he did it late. Gee, he did not on the initial. He usually does it and then immediately.
Chopper, runner coming home. Play at the plate, and Berkman never got there. He's out. Norris blocked it off. Berkman's out, and that's the second out.
But nobody better to get the ball than Adam Rosales, because he has a cannon. And Derek Norris did it perfectly at the plate to make sure Berkman, who was going on contact, watch him take off as soon as the ball hits the ground, but Rosales right over the top with a perfect throw. And you're right, Berkman tried to go around the tag, but applied by catcher Derek Norris. But and that's the best part there, for Adam Rosales to get the ball, give Derek Norris a great throw for him to be able to knock Berkman off the plate. That is a great play all the way around, but it all starts with the infielder catching and throwing. Adam Rosales, but when you have a cannon that he does, Derek Norris, look at the left foot, and Berkman never got close. Derek actually gave him the lane behind to slide to, and they tried that, but that's the best part for a catcher. You give him the lane, then you take the lane away once you have the ball in your hands or your glove and apply the hard tag. That's a big play.
Rosales has it. Side retired. So Colon works his way out of it. Nice defense by the Athletics on the infield, and still 3-2 Texas.
And he made the play throwing to Derek Norris on the attempt by Bergman. Watch this play. Watch the right arm of Derek Norris. He's got the ball in his glove, and there's the forearm shiver to the upper body of Bergman to knock him off the plate. So he tags him with the left hand, but makes sure that he doesn't get the plate as he pushes him off with the right arm and right hand. That's a great play. Bergman never got to it. Great camera work again. And there's the tag, but the right arm pushing him off made it even better. As Bergman hustled to third, tried to hustle home, but could not make it.
So bottom of the sixth, it'll be Donaldson, Norris, and Motts against Derek Holland. And he's got 2 off Holland in the 5th to close the gap. Couple of hits tonight for Donaldson, so his average up to .308. There's a shot past Beltre, headed for the corner. Donaldson's going to have his 3rd hit, and it's going to be a double.
Boy, he is good, folks. I mean, he is excellent. You're playing him, the defense playing him over towards left center, and he gets on top of a fastball inside and just wheels on it right past the Gold Glover at third base. And once it got past him, it was going to be an easy double because Murphy was so far off the line. Now the A's have to be productive in this leadoff double again. Cannot waste it as it did back in the 2nd.
So Norris steps in with a strikeout and a fly ball to center field. That one rolled past Mike Gallego down the line.
See, the problem a right-hander has in this situation, you want to hit the ball to the right side to advance the runner. But everything is coming inside. Slider in, fastball in. And if you have the top hand, you do exactly what Derek Norris did, pull it foul. But at worst, what the pitcher and catcher are talking about now, if he pitches inside, ideally that's what you want to do, try to get him to pull the ball and keep the runner at second base. It's very difficult to stay inside a ball inside and hit it to right field, especially as hard as Holland is throwing.
So Robbie Ross, first action in the Rangers bullpen. This will be pitch number 90 from Holland. And that one bounced toward Kinsler. And a very nice job by Norris.
And he did stay inside on that fastball. That was a great play. Great job of hitting by Derek Norris. And just like with all the catcher's blocks to save runs from scoring, that also should be a statistic. That's not just an out. That's a team effort. See, the hands stayed inside and shot the ball to the right side. Watch the hands. Inside close to him, and then the bat right at that point. Contact. Look at the hands. They're the inside, and then it rolls over after the contact and the ball to the right side. That's a great at bat by Derek Norris.
So a chance for Luke Motts. Infield comes in.
Maybe the guys are seeing enough fastballs and sliders in, they're able to make contact.
Oh, this one skied. Could have a play. Martin setting up. Donaldson tagging. Here comes Donaldson. The throw to the plate is just late. Donaldson scores. We're tied at 3.
Let's see if Soto had blocked him off the way Norris blocked Bergman off. He might have been out, but he did not set himself up enough. It was such a close play, but great hustle by Donaldson. Strong throw, Martin, right on the money this time. But Donaldson got the great start off third. See, Soto went after the ball. You stay on the plate in a case like this when you know it's going to be a bang-bang play. Great hustle. Donaldson in the starting blocks, straight all the way to the plate. And a good slide around as the throw. Maybe the short hop made it a little difficult. But still, Soto did nothing to try to block Donaldson off the plate. Motts hit it just deep enough, and I tell you, when it left his bat, I didn't think it was going to be deep. Nope. Just looked like it's going straight up, just be behind second base, but the strength kept carrying, and that's a great AB to get the runner in. Bartolo got a tie game.
0-1 to Seth Smith. 0-2 to Seth Smith. Doolittle working quickly.
Almost so quickly that he's going to start the 7th.
Smith singled and scored in the 5th inning.
What a night for Josh Donaldson, hitting cleanup. Assessment is hitting in front of him.
Smith staying alive, pokes at it. So the A's have fought back. 2 in the 5th, 1 here in the 6th to tie it.
That's a key play. Derek Norris getting the runner to third base, bringing the infield in, and Luke Mont's bringing him in.
For the bullpen, heads up guy.
You know, when a team has success, the A's showed that last year with a great second half, but little things that happen in the game for a team effort. In the case of Derek Norris giving himself up to advance a runner, he is 0 for in that at bat. But from the team standpoint, it helps the club tie the game. And those are the things in the course of a season that you look back on and see that the team effort and the unselfishness in players giving themselves up instead of thinking about trying to get themselves a base hit. That's where it pays off.
Kinsler can't get it, and Smith has another hit. So Seth Smith is 2 for 3.
Ron Washington on the top step looking at who's coming up. Mike Maddox. Well, maybe he's going to send his pitching coach out, or maybe they're discussing. Remember, there are 4 lefties on the bench for the A's. And Robbie Ross is another lefty, so maybe that's one of the reasons that if Wash does make a move, it's to go to another lefty.
Well, Holland was very good through the first 4 innings, but struggled in the 5th, struggling here in the 6th, and the A's have tied it up. And he's going to take the baseball. So when it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change Tune-Up. It's your oil change tune-up and smog experts. Holland was cruising along early, but he's not going to get a win tonight. Leaves after 98 pitches, and another lefty comes in. This is Robbie Ross. Robbie Ross was very good last year, and he's at it again this year.
Rookie last year, and he did everything.
Shot, base hit left field. Murphy is able to cannot cut it off. Here comes Seth Smith. They're waving him home. The throw to the plate is offline, and the A's lead 4-3. So Murphy got his glove down, but it rolled past him, and as soon as that happened, he was not able to pick it up clean. That allowed Smith to come in and score.
You think Chili Davis told Nate Fryman what to look for the first pitch? He jumped on the heater, and It took the ball getting past Murphy because the throw offline from Elvis Andrus to Seth Smith running all the way from first base. And a good, oh, now it's going to be an E? Two base hit. Okay, I thought I heard him say something about an E.
So give Fryman the RBI, and now the A's have the lead.
You know, they have these advanced scouting reports. As that run charged to Derek Holland, so he gives up the 4. But it's amazing when a pitcher comes in, you always see Chili Davis, the A's hitting coach, refreshing the memories of the hitters after having the advanced reports on all the pitchers. And Nate Fryman was talking to Chili Davis. Got the first pitch fastball to the 6'8" right-handed hitter, and he crushed it as he did the previous at bat when he got the single. So Chili maybe said, go up there and look for the heater first pitch and get it.
Taylor shoots one foul, so the count 1-2. So watch Murphy in left. So he gets a glove on it, but it's not clean.
Yeah.
And when he's got to go back to pick it up, I think that was the difference.
It's a good point because his momentum took him to the wall and the ball stayed there. Then he had to go back and get it. If it's in his glove, it's going to make a much closer play.
Well, and if it's in his glove and he gets it back in quickly, I'm not sure Seth Smith gets sent.
That's a good point.
Because Mike Gallego's looking right at him. He sees that. But as soon as he missed the ball.
That's why Mike Gallego's good at third base. And third base coaches will look down the line to see what happens in the outfield.
Off the leg of Taylor.
Well, Seth Smith, and he knew with 2 outs and just turn it on and run hard. Run to Mike Gallego. Don't look back. He did not. He was waiting for Gallego, and he's sending him all the way. Nice turn at third base, throw off line, and Nate Fryman. It's happy, isn't it? Excited.
A lot of happy people around after that hit.
I get excited, Kite. You know, I want to help him score, you know?
What's the date? May 13th, May 14th?
It's all right. He even got a smile from the skipper, you know?
Worried about your rotator cuff up here after you were waving him home. Close pitch, just a touch outside.
How about Tejada when he used to be in the dugout?
You know, like up here in that play. Looked like Tejada in the middle of the pennant race. 3-2 to Big Mike. Broken bat. The ball rolls toward Ty Waller, and pieces of wood all over the infield.
Now I know why Clay Wood and his crew is always out here so late. Expo's going to show splinters all over the place. Look at this. See the splinter falling right at the home plate?
Yeah,
Expo showed it. That's great Expo there.
That was a good jam shot there. So now Taylor's got to regroup. Nothing Derek Holland can do anymore. He's now on the hook for the loss. And Taylor walks for the second time.
Now Mike Maddox no more had the ball cross the plate. Pitching coach for the Rangers was out to talk to his lefty, and Kyle, you said it best. Robbie Ross was excellent last season. Seemed like every time he came in, tough situations as a rookie, Ron Washington would put him in and he would excel.
Mike Maddox got a little the calming hand. Yeah. Oh, the old Rick Peterson, huh? Yeah. You know what? I'm with Mark Mulder on that.
Turn your back and walk away. Don't touch me.
Stop massaging my arm. I'm fine.
Mulder, he was a beauty.
So we got some substitutions.
Yeah, we got 2 of them. Wow.
Moss coming in. So Moss is running.
Well, there were going to be probably defensive movements anyway. Defensive moves by the Athletics, and so Barton to first and Moss to right field. And so they come in a pinch run. You go to the defensive team.
Number 17,
And their bats are available anyway. And it looks like Sean Doolittle's had enough time to heat up down the bullpen. Might as well get an even bigger hit now for Rosales.
There's a strike. So Rosales 1 for 3. A's have scored twice here in the 6th. Ross slips as he delivers the pitch. And Ross has faced 2 hitters, giving up a double and a walk.
And he throws Rosales a fastball, and he may see how far it can travel and how hard it's going to go.
Beltre has it. Steps on third, side retired. A's get 2 runs. They do it on 3 hits, a sac fly, and they now lead 4-3. He's been tough. Right, this is what he has done in this series. That was last night.
And look at the location of last night and tonight.
And look who's pitching, a right-hander.
Yep. And same exact spot tonight. 2-run shot after solo last night. Ball just kept carrying. That's how strong he is. 3-0 at the time. And so with the fact that the big guy is coming up, guess who is going to be facing him? It's not going to be Bartolo Colon, the righty. It's going to be the hard-throwing lefty, Sean Doolittle.
So when it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change tune-up and smog expert. So indeed, Doolittle comes in. So a 1-run game, you cannot mess around. Bartolo Colon goes 6 innings, and now he's got a chance to get a win. So Doolittle to face Moreland, Soto, and Murphy. First pitch is in for a strike. So Moss stays in the game. He's in right field. Barton stays in the game. He's at first base. So 77 pitches for Bartolo Colon. So Ray, that's kind of becoming the theme, right?
Yeah. Sean Doolittle still the reliever with the least amount of time, so he gets to carry the goodie bag. And you know, we were looking at the Hello Kitty bag, but they have the unicorn. The unicorn that they touch the unicorn for good luck. The relievers.
Well, Jesse Chavez is here, but he's been in the big leagues a little bit longer than Doolittle.
Sean Doolittle probably doesn't mind. See the It's a combination of Hello Kitty and unicorn.
That's nice. 0-2 pitch, high fastball, lifted high to left field. Smith near the line. He's got it for out number 1.
And Bartolo, and you mentioned about the pitch count. Last 3 starts, 75, 73, 83, and then tonight, 77. But the other 3 starts, he was on the losing end.
Number 8.
Hayes did win the game against the Orioles, but lost the last 2 against New York and Cleveland with the low pitch count. Bartolo in his last start against Cleveland, 4 innings, 6 earned runs, 8 hits, everything elevated. But tonight, much different. 77 pitches and leaves with the lead.
First pitch to Soto is down and in, and he hands the ball to Doolittle. Doolittle pitched last night, 1 inning, but he only threw 12 pitches. Jason Frazier starts to throw. Skied on the infield. Lowry missed it. Soto's going to be safe at first. So, if you look at the flags in the wind tunnel in left field, they are blowing exactly the way the ball was blowing. But again, it's hard to judge that wind here.
Ladies and gentlemen, batting for David Murphy, number 15, Jeff Baker.
He's following it all the way. It just took off on him. He didn't quite get his feet under it. Yeah, the view quarter and left field blowing hard to left field, and it's taken the ball basically the way that Lowry had the ball elude his glove.
So 1-0 to the pinch hitter Jeff Baker.
I guess you could say, fortunately, it was Soto, the catcher, running on the high fly ball, because as high as the ball was hit, and as long as he took to come down, should have been a second.
One run for Smith, and he's going to get to this one right on the foul line. So Baker, the pinch hitter, is retired. And now we're going to get another pinch hitter.
Your attention, please. Ladies and gentlemen, for Texas, batting for my team, number 23, Craig Gentry.
So Gentry will hit. So Ron Washington, for the most part, wants nothing to do with left-handers facing Doolittle, unless it's one of your regular players like Mitch Moreland. So here's Gentry. Gentry, 232 with a homer and 7 RBIs. Swings at the first pitch and fouls it back.
But the pinch hitters know that, just like the starting pitcher Bartolo Colon, Sean Doolittle, although he does throw a slider and a changeup, he is primarily a rear back and throw a hard fastball. And why not? Moreland, home run, back-to-back games.
Gentry is, the last couple of years, he's had some big hits against the A's. He's very fast. And now the count 2-1.
Well, the thing that stands out, and I know what you're thinking, is the speed that he has.
He's fast.
Running bases, stealing bases, playing the outfield. You have to respect his speed, and Donaldson playing even with the bag at third.
Foul back. Well, he's one of those guys that when he plays against the A's, he always seems to do something. And then you're thinking, man, he should be playing more, huh? But then you look at his numbers and, well, he's hitting 232 this year.
Can't you say Taylor Teagarden?
Yeah, that's true. 2-2 pitch, line drive, right center field, base hit. Soto is going to dig for third, and he's going to make it. So Gentry with a line single.
And left the fastball up and allowed Gentry to get on top of the ball. And this is skipper Bob Melvin going out to talk, and it might be because of the speed of Gentry now at first base, but pretty good pitch to hit. Did not get it inside where he wanted it. I think this is more of a conversation with a manager Unlike pitching coach to go out to talk to the pitcher about his pitching, the manager is talking more about, should Gentry run, what are they going to do with the ball?
So here is Kinsler, who's hitless tonight.
Ian Kinsler.
Kinsler 0 for 3 tonight, 1 for 7 in the series. Doolittle kicks, and the first pitch is a strike outside corner. Runner goes, and it's foul back.
And I think there's your defensive alignment right there. As soon as Gentry took off, nobody left the position. Nobody went to cover, which means that they were going to let him steal uncontested. See that up the middle? Lowry at second base did not move when Gentry took off. Did not want to open up the right side for Kinsler. And so they're willing to concede a stolen base for the runner first. But as much as Doolittle likes to throw the fastball, and he's been burned a couple of times with the slider, Kinsler's got to be sitting fastball.
Kinsler fouls this one back. 95 miles an hour from Doolittle.
Carlos Pena took a fastball outside the left field against Sean Doolittle. Seager up in Seattle got him with a slider.
Fastball runs high. So 1-2 the count. Soto at third, Gentry at first. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and the Rangers strand a pair. 7th inning stretch coming up from the Coliseum. 4-3 A's. Warriors game 5 highlights. Not a good ending. Sharks playing in Los Angeles right now. Game 1 of their series. And Kate Longworth with all the clubhouse reaction from here at the Coliseum. So the A's with a 4-3 lead. So don't miss that. Sportsnet Central, David Feldman and Ahmed Fareed. So the Sharks, or excuse me, the Warriors lose tonight in San Antonio, which sets up a game 6 in that series Thursday night right across the way at Oracle. Baker and left, Gentry in center. They both pinch hit. They both stay in the game.
Well, that's appropriate for Thursday because the A's are off. Coliseum, the arena that is, can be all Warriors. They can have the entire parking lot, not have to worry about it, come out and support the Warriors and try to get them a win.
Bob Melvin, we've been told, is sporting a Warriors t-shirt under his uniform.
Saw it yesterday and
wishing them good luck. And wouldn't be surprised if you see some of the A's players. Maybe Bob Melvin at the game Thursday night. Why not? It's a great scene at Oracle.
He could just wear his Warriors t-shirt. Sharks fan with an A's cap. That's good.
Lowry bounces one in the hole. Andrus surrounds it, throws, and they just get Lowry. So that's out number 1 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And Ron Washington's strolling to the mound. When it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and tune up your oil change, tune up and Spog experts.
Sportsnet California is brought to you by Xfinity, home of the most live sports, and by Toyota. Do the math and save at your local Toyota dealer.
So Cespedes to the plate, and he will face the new Rangers pitcher named Jason Frazier. He pitched last night, 1 inning. So his 15th appearance. He'll face Cespedes and then Donaldson, a couple of right-handed hitters.
The veteran, and that's the reason Ron Washington's gone to the right-hander with this part of the lineup up.
So Cespedes steps in. He's 0 for 3. First pitch is on the outside corner for a strike.
Sean Doolittle, the 7th, got out of a tough jam after a 1-out error and a base hit. And now Ryan Cook heating up for the 8th inning.
That one looked like a little cut to it. It just kind of took off. It's 0-2. Angels leading the Royals 5-2 in the 8th inning. Cespedes with a pair of flyouts and a ground out in the dirt.
Kind of feel a little bit bad, although I think Mickey Morabito said it best about the travel. The Mariners were in Pittsburgh. Toronto and Pittsburgh went back to Seattle, played the A's the weekend, back on a plane yesterday to New York, and opening the series back on the East Coast. And like I said, what about the A's? Same thing. Tampa, Boston, Oakland, back to New York.
Yeah, the only difference is we were home for a little while.
Yeah,
more than 3 days.
But thinking of fastball grip, Frazier puts the ball in his hand next to his side as he gets the sign and then makes the change.
Hung up there, and Cespedes fouled it back. Speaking of those Mariners, they lost tonight in New York 4-3. You mentioned earlier, Ray, Seattle had a lead in that game 3-0 with Felix Hernandez on the mound, but the Yankees scored 3 times in the 7th. They ended up winning that game 4-3. They got Granderson back tonight, and he batted cleanup for them.
The Grandy Man.
The Grandy Man can. He was 0 for 3, but I'm sure the Yankees are thrilled to have him back. Another 1-2 pitch is up the middle. The glove of the pitcher goes flying as he kind of did that swipe at the ball. He missed it. Glove landed down the third base line. When it's all said and done, Cespedes is retired. But very strange to see a glove rolling across the infield.
That's not even. That's like throwing your glove at the ball. That's illegal. You're not supposed to be able to do that. But Kinsler.
That's a nice play by Kinsler.
Yeah, made it great. I don't know. Came close to hitting the second base bag. You better attach some Velcro to your hand or around your wrist.
Cook throwing. So 2 outs for Donaldson. The Tigers beat the Astros 6-2. Pfister over Harrell. So the Astros lose their 6th consecutive game. Now 10-30. A breaking ball, and Donaldson bends back out of the way. Takes a quick peek at the pitcher.
Well, it was a hanging curveball, and you need to recognize that that's the type of pitch. In the case of an umpire, you don't warn both benches because it's close on a hanging curveball, as we saw the last trip.
Throws another breaking ball. This one a good one, and Donaldson swings and misses. Miguel Cabrera hit a home run for the Tigers in that game, his 8th of the year. He had 2 more hits. Donaldson, speaking of hits, he's got 3, a single and 2 doubles. Woo! Couldn't hit that one though. Outside corner, maybe even a little off the plate, but called a strike.
Soto on the outside corner and frames it in. Maybe caught the black. 17 inches wide is the plate, but a little bit extra black that's covered with dirt, but it's within a ball range of the home plate.
Setting up outside again, and it's not close. It's high, 2-2. More bullpen action is going to get started for Texas. So full count.
Yeah.
Yep.
Split in the dirt. Nice take by Josh Donaldson.
Another lefty. Michael Kirkman starts to throw. Now Frazier's ready, I think. 3-2 pitch is hit into left field, and that's a 4-hit game for Donaldson. Tried another breaking ball. Donaldson had seen it enough, and he rips it into left.
Derek Norris tonight has had a great night, Kipe, and we'll take a look at a few things. And it starts with this play. Kicks the bat out of the way because it's going to be a close play at the plate. He knocks Berkman off, tags him with the left hand, and here's probably the best from the hitting standpoint. Stayed inside on the fastball. He advances a runner to third. That's Donaldson. Derek Norris gives himself up with a great AB, and then, of course, it was a fly ball by Luke Mons to center field that would tie the game. But thanks to the great effort by Derek Norris, and you look at that. He is 0 for 3 tonight. But in the team standpoint, he's had a big night offensively and defensively.
Cook just standing out on the bullpen mound. He has finished his warm-up tosses. Norris fouls it straight back. The Rays beat the Red Sox down in St. Petersburg tonight 5-3, and Matt Moore won again. He's 7-0, and he's good. He beat John Lackey. So the Rays are playing good baseball. They have won 6 in a row. They're now a couple games over 500, right in the middle race in the AL East.
Never count out the Rays, regardless of the type of start they have. And
No.
Joe Madden, the manager, keeps them very positive.
Norris fouled it back again. The Blue Jays beat the Giants 10-6. See, Melky Cabrera got his World Series.
Yes, he did. Very quietly.
Quiet.
Seemed like behind the scenes. And
from what I understand, that's the first time that Melky Cabrera has seen any or talked to any of his former teammates since he got suspended.
That's right.
He just left the clubhouse. He never said anything to anybody.
And
why? Who knows? Probably embarrassed her, you know, but never said. Which I don't think that sat well with some of the guys.
It shouldn't have sat well. I mean, they pretty much all forgave him. They ended up winning the World Series, which helps them, or helped him, considering the season he was having.
0-2 to Norris. But it sounded like the manager, Bruce Bochy, brought it to him behind. He's not out on the field or anything like that. So 1-2 the count to Norris.
Frazier's been trying to throw the splitter, throwing effectively, and he's got a chance to hang one if he leaves it up. That was just missed.
So good battle here between Frazier and Derek Norris.
Bob Melvin has his bullpen lined up, as usually the case. You get in the latter part of the game, the last 3 innings. You give Cook and Doolittle for the 7th and 8th. It's going to be Doolittle for the 7th, Cook for the 9th, and usually it's based on matchup for those two, and then Balfour gets the 9th.
Strike 3 call, a little delayed call.
Wow.
Norris barking a little bit.
Wow.
So that's how the bottom of the 7th ends. So Norris strikes out, runner stranded, 8th inning coming up.
And then Saturday, after the A's play the Royals, it's presented by Xfinity. That's this Saturday, 18th of May. Enjoy the special theme, Star Trek Into Darkness. You can see the show from the outfield grass. Of course, that seating is limited, so get a chance, take your blankets, get out on the outfield grass, and enjoy a great fireworks show here at the Coliseum. They are always great. For tickets and info, go to oaklandathletics.com/fireworks. Saturday, that will be against the Royals, and the A's like to pick up a win tonight, win the series against the Rangers, and continue after an off day Thursday to root on the Warriors, and then take on the Royals this weekend before heading out on a 6-game road trip starting Monday.
When it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change tune-up and smog expert. So Cook comes in after Doolittle pitched the 7th. Cook also pitched last night, but threw just 12 pitches.
Number 1, Elvis Andrews.
Cook will face the heart of the order, Andrus, Berkman, and Beltre. And the first pitch to Ranger shortstop is popped foul.
Derek Norris sitting behind the plate now, saying to Vic Caraplaza, I'll take the same pitch for my guy because that pitch was on my ankles. That is low. And don't look at where Soto brings the ball up in the strike zone, but I'm sure there might have been a few words even from the home plate umpire saying, hey, what do they say, my bad?
I hope they do. To right field, and Andrus has a leadoff single here in the top of the 8th inning.
Just served it, not a big swing.
So Elvis Andrus 2 for 4, and here's Berkman.
Number 27, Lance Berkman.
Berkman hit that ball over Cespedes' head. That was in the 6th inning. He was credited with a triple. Beltre on deck. After Beltre, it's Cruz. Fastball, line foul down the left field line.
Well, Ryan Cook last year, the last 3 games, just watch him pumped up, even more pumped up. There it is again. That's being pumped up, and he just continued to roll. And of course, new season, turn the page, just trying to do the same this year. That was great to see those guys down the stretch and forgetting about pitching consecutive games. Just kept going after them. Jared Love is just in case. Maybe from Orland if it gets that far.
Fastball way outside. 1-1 to Berkman. Berkman has also walked and hit a fly ball to left field.
Get him to roll over on a sinker.
It's a swing through there. Berkman's always been a guy who obviously hits a lot of home runs, power. He's always been a guy who walks a lot as well.
Derek Norris was getting ready to attempt to try to pick off the runner first base, at least a quick throw from his knees, and the ball popped out of his glove. And there's a case where if you're going to throw to first, it's got to be a good throw. Of course, he did it in Seattle.
So Cook ahead of Berkman, 1-2. Went right at him with a fastball, and Berkman had a good swing. Six hits for the Rangers, 10 hits for the A's. The A's have made the only error in the game. Swing and a miss. Chased a fastball out of the strike zone, and that's out number 1.
Well, you're right. Chase is true, and of course, the ball that he hit to straightaway center. Surprised to see him swinging a pitch like this when it was running away from him instead of trying to go to the opposite field. Looked like he wanted to try to pull it. Whatever, it just kept running away from the veteran switch hitter, and big strikeout for Ryan Cook. That was big.
So here's Beltre. Moved by Cook.
He does not half throw it. Everything is hard to first base.
Well, Andrus 8 for 9 in steal attempts. And he's got a good lead. So I don't know, him taking off is not completely out of the question. I know you got a power hitter at the plate and all.
Well, and it seems like the Angels have been thinking about that with Mike Trout, because he's not been running as much, just because he's hitting in front of Pujols and Hamilton.
And there he goes. And the ball's hit into left field, and that's a base hit. And Andrus is going to make it to third.
Well, Beltre was not going to be taking and allowing him to swing or to steal a base if that were the case, and got a pitch to hit. Now the A's are going to have to avoid having Cruz do what he did a couple of bats ago, and that's hit a sac fly. As Beltre, with the runner on the move, able to get to third easily.
I don't know. Do you think, Ray, talking about like the situation with Trout, him not stealing because big guys are coming up, I always felt like you should just play the game the way you play it. Well, and if you steal and they walk a guy, well, okay, then you got 2 outs.
And this was not surprising to see Andrus running here, even though you do have the big guy and Beltre at the plate. Remember last night, A.J. Griffin broke out the hard slider and got Nelson Cruz to swing badly, pitches away like that, but a little bit too far off the plate. Nice block by Derek Norris again with a runner at third.
Well, Cruz, dangerous hitter, but he will strike out.
And he is going to play for a double play. The infield back. He did hit a sac fly off Bartolo Colon. He got a fastball, which pretty much what he could look for against Colon. A little different with Cook with a hard slider.
1-0 pitch is bounced foul. And Cruz has the most strikeouts on the Rangers, although this year they're a team that has struck out the fewest times in the American League, which is a bit of a surprise. But if you remember last year, Hamilton struck out a lot. Napoli struck out a lot. Right. Those two guys are gone. And there was the fastball to hit for Cruz. He fouled it back, and that may be the best pitch he sees in the at-bat.
That's a grimace from the veteran third baseman. Something wrong with Beltre. You're right about Cruz with that pitch, because he's just telling Cruz or Andrus, if I go to second, you go home. Hard slider.
And he launches it toward left center. Cespedes back. Beltre scrambling back to tag, and he's going to bluff, but it's plenty deep to get that guy home, Elvis Andrus. So Cruz a pretty good at bat, and he ties up this game at 4 with a sacrifice fly.
That's the problem with Cruz. If you make a mistake with the slider, that pitch was supposed to be down and away off the plate, but he left it right in the middle. He hung it and off the end of the bat, but definitely deep enough to score the run. A couple of sac flies for Cruz tonight. And again, this one tied it.
So Cook cannot hold the lead. Blevins comes in to face Moreland. 2 outs here in the 8th. The Rangers have tied it.
at 12:30 right here on Comcast Sportsnet California. Straley for the A's, Agando for the Rangers. So a day game tomorrow, an off day on Thursday, and then the A's will host the Kansas City Royals. Angels leading the Royals 6-2 now. That game in the 9th inning. So Angels trying to wrap up a win. Here's Blevins to face Moreland. So Moreland getting some respect from the A's after his performance so far in this series. Home run in each game. And he tries to hold up on the slider, can't do it.
That's a good pitch after fastball, and of course lefty on lefty, and Jerry Blevins has the hard slider. Has a good curveball, but in case of Moreland, who has shown he likes pitches up in the strike zone, or at least up at the plate, belt high, thigh high up. Throw the ball hard, keep it away from him.
1-1 to Moreland. Breaking ball. And Moreland this year has been pretty good against lefties. 291 against lefties, 293 against right-handers.
Curve right at him. Buckled the knees, and as a hitter, you just hope it's off the plate, but caught a lot of the plate, crossing it to get to the catcher.
One-two pitch. Popped up. Left side of the diamond. Donaldson has it. Side retired. The Rangers tie it. Bottom of the 8th. Coming up. 4-4 game. Here's our game summary. It's brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Mitch Moreland, a 2-run homer. That was in the 4th inning, and it was a 3-0 Rangers lead. But the A's, as they always seem to do, battle back. They scored 2 in the 5th, and they scored 2 more in the 6th. Feynman with a big double. That came with 2 outs. So that made it a 4-3 A's lead. Doolittle came in. He got out of a jam in the 7th inning. In the top of the 8th inning, the Rangers would get a run to tie up the game, and it's 4-4, bottom of the 8th inning. So a pinch hitter for the A's, a new pitcher for the Rangers. Tanner Sheppers, who's having a very fine season, facing John Jaso. Jaso hitting for Luke Motz.
17th appearance for Sheppers. He's become a main man in that Rangers bullpen. Good fastball there, 96 miles an hour. One, two, and it almost hit Jason.
And you're right with the fastball, 94 to 96, 97. Slider changeup. His debut last year against the A's right here at the Coliseum. That's right. Gave up a home run. Right now, you get over the walk would be great. Start an inning. Let's try anything.
Smith will be next. Moss is in the hole. Sheppers kicks in. The 3-2 pitch is driven to center. Gentry playing very deep. He's got it for out number 1. 4-7-0 for the Rangers. 4-10-1 for the Athletics. Derek Holland could not hold a 3-0 lead. Bartolo Colon got down early, hung around long enough for it. There was a time when he was in line for the win, but the A's could not hold that 1-run lead. And a big night for Josh Donaldson, 4 for 4. So here's Seth Smith. He's got a couple of hits. Single in the 5th, single again in the 6th. And a fastball, 95, fouled it back. Good fastball from Sheppers. As Ray said, Sheppers brought up last year. He pitched in 39 games. Ricky's staying loose in case he A's need a pinch hitter, or maybe a pinch runner would probably be better.
Ricky just stayed in shape, just in case.
Moreland has it. He'll flip to Sheppers for the second out.
Well, last time Brandon Moss straightaway center field against Graham, and what a great job of just following through off almost the sweeps in center field. And that's of course a big home run last night, number 7,000 for the Oakland A's in the history. And how about last year on June the 7th in the major league debut of Mr. Sheppers? It was Brandon Moss. Remember, he joined the club, first home run as a member of the A's against Sheppers. That was against the right-hander here at the Coliseum. The A's big win over Texas. Let's do it again.
Hit a few more after that.
How about in Denver?
That was a good series.
He sent Jeremy Guthrie to Kansas City. Hit him so hard.
Made him $25 million.
Third deck, second deck.
That's right. Actually, Jeremy Guthrie should give the A's a little bonus.
Yeah.
They knocked him around, and Rocky said it's time for us to trade you, and I think he was pretty happy about that.
He found a home in Kansas City. Actually, he just needed to get back to the American League, and he's done well. So is Brandon Moss.
Oh, and that hit him. So Moss is okay, I think.
Got 96, 97 pouring in on you. I don't care where it hits you. You're not trying to take one for the team. This ball cut inside to Brandon Moss. Supposed to come back towards the plate as a sinker, but it did not. Right elbow.
So take one for the team is one of those phrases that's very easily thrown out there.
Yeah, by us.
But
as long as you don't have to be down there taking one for the team.
Not that easy to execute.
For getting loose, whether it's a save situation or to save the A's the final bat in the bottom of the 9th inning, at least take them to the 9th.
So this is Derek Barton. Remember, Barton and Moss came into the game at the same time as pinch runners. I don't know that I've ever seen two pinch runners come in to the game at the same time.
I think you're right. I don't remember seeing it.
They came in for Fryman and Taylor with the thought that they obviously would stay in the game for defense.
Double barrel pinch runners.
That's right. But it's funny, they did not actually come in. Barton came in for the right fielder. Moss came in for the first baseman. So that's why Moss is hitting 8th. Barton is hitting 9th. 1-0 pitch. Good swing by Barton. Fouls it straight back.
The 2007 world champion Boston Red Sox had an offensive team and a defensive team. And it seemed like the offense would go 6-7 innings, and then here comes the defense, and helped them win a World Series against the Rockies. But to see two guys come out of the dugout and go to first and second,
very strange,
in pinch running role, that's a first. That's why, you know, you come to the park every day, you might see something you've never seen before.
That's right. And we just saw it. So Barton behind in the count to Tanner Scheppers. That fastball, and he will run it up there at 95, 96 miles an hour. He's the third reliever used. Ross, Frazier, and now Scheppers.
Oh, little circle change grip. And how he changes into the 96. Oh, throw first. Usually when a pitcher does that, he cannot. Usually it's a splitter, but strange to see a circle change because you could just rotate your fingers and your thumb going into the glove. Splitter is a little bit different because pitchers have a tendency to fan the glove if it's a splitter.
Grounded toward Andrus. He's to his right. Straightens up, and they just got Barton at first.
Wow, Bob Melvin's going to argue. I don't blame him, because that was a take it for granted. The old assumption. The assumption that a routine ground ball is going to be an easy out, but Derek Barton was out of the box quickly. Yeah, and Bob Melvin's let him have it too.
Got him.
Just barely, if that.
So that is about as close as you're going to get. Bob Melvin is chewing, and I mean, and he's going to get thrown out. So DJ Rayburn, the fill-in umpire, just threw Bob Melvin out. So we'll straighten it all out when we come back. But a really close play, and Bob Melvin is gone.
Chip Hale's going to run the show. Bob Melvin thrown out. And, boy, this is about as close as you're going to get.
Well, I think the biggest thing, and, you know, there he
looks safe.
Yeah, and DJ Rayburn, the first base umpire, and I think the reason Bob Melvin got ejected and argued the way he did is because it was a routine ground ball. It was a play that Elvis Andrus should have made, probably a little bit more effort.
Now, let's see, there he looked out,
well,
but the ball
angles.
was not quite
right.
in the glove.
But Bob Melvin argued, and he said, that's terrible, and I guess he'd heard enough terribles and throw him out. But you know, I think there are times that umpires should just listen and understand it's a close play. There's a reason. There's an argument from the umpire, the manager, but doesn't mean. And Bob Melvin's not going to swear at him. He doesn't. And I can't assume he's going to be swearing. Usually swearing is going to get you an automatic ejection, but I just think there should be a time when umpires have a little patience.
So when it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts.
Patience, understanding, close game, big game, you know.
1-1 the count to Soto. Popped up. It should reach the seats, and it will. Baker will be next. He's a right-handed hitter, and then Gentry. So ninth inning. Tie game. A's and the Rangers. Soto is 0 for 4. Or 0 for 3. Strike 3 called right at the knee.
He better call him out on that one. Considering the pitch that Derek Norris was called out on. Derek Norris might have ejected as well if he doesn't call him out on that one. And that was higher than the one Norris was called out on.
Now batting, number 15,
down the middle.
Jeff Baker.
Yeah, maybe it was close to the same type, but right at the knees. And you call one out, you better call the other. And that's a catcher. And Soto took it. Good fastball. And that was a strike.
Here's Baker. First pitch is in for a strike.
You know, we have seen times of why managers sometimes do not, it's closer Joe Nathan, why managers don't make substitutions, bring a pinch hitter in. And it's the situation here. Take Murphy out, the lefty. Pinch hitter righty against the tough left-hander Doolittle. But now Balfour, the closer, comes in. He's a righty. So your left-handed hitter is out of the lineup. But moves you make, especially when you're trailing.
Oh, 2 pitch to Baker. And he bounces one into right field for a base hit. So you saw the numbers on Baker, hitting .330, and he's got a hit. So 1 out single into right field.
But late swinging on a fastball, and it worked out well considering they were kind of shading him up
Now
the
batting,
middle, expecting him to pull a fastball, but the late swing worked out, especially 0-2 protecting the way he was.
So Gentry steps in for his second at bat. He had a base hit in the 7th inning when he did pinch hit. Pinch hit for Martin. Donaldson right on the edge of the grass. You never know with Gentry. He may try to bunt. Baker with a short lead at first. So that hit by Baker, the 8th for Texas.
Kinsler waiting in the on-deck circle. Ball in for a strike. So that's a final now. The Angels beat the Royals 6-2. Vargas over Guthrie. Pujols and Kendrick homered. So did Trout. So did Hamilton. They had a bunch. The Angels get their 15th win of the year. It was Hamilton's 5th home run of the year.
Pujols started slowly last year, finished up with a big season.
I think they're hoping the same for Mr. Hamilton. Yeah. So 3-1 the count as Gentry takes a long look down. Third base coach Gary Pettis. And the pitch is fouled back. So now full count.
And it wasn't running on the 3-1. Pretty good chance on 3-2. Gentry usually makes contact. Double look down at third base. More for the runner at first. See if he's going to be running or not. Strike him out, throw him out. That would be great. Just a matter who's going to cover. Both middle infielders are spread quite a distance.
Runner goes. Foul back.
Grant Balfour at least has to make him stop. Cannot let him get a running lead. Posers, we've often said, typically do not have good moves or will not worry so much about the base runner. But at least you can look at him and force him to stop instead of getting a walking and then a running lead.
Baker takes off again, and he does, and the ball's bounced in the hole. Rosales has it kick off his glove, and everybody's safe. Remember, Gentry extremely fast, but they're going to give Rosales an air.
It was only going to be a play at first base, and I agree. I don't know that Rosie would have thrown him out even with his strong arm. And that's why I had to try to backhand. The ball came up, hit him in the wrist. It's going to be a tough play.
So 2 on, 1 out, and now the top of the order. You got Kinsler and then Andrus.
Two guys who came in to pinch hit against the lefty face the righty and both reach base.
First pitch to Kinsler, a breaking ball outside. Kinsler has grounded out twice, flied out, and struck out. 0 for 4 tonight and 1 for 8 in the series. And it stays with that breaking ball, and that time Kinsler tried to hold up about halfway through his swing, could not do it.
He's got the open stance, a natural pull stance where kind of rotates the hips. He is open and he likes to lift. That's why he hits a lot of leadoff home runs and a lot of home runs in general.
Fastball, miss low. Balfour is ready. 2-1 to Kinsler. Good breaking ball. 2-2.
Seems like his breaking pitches tonight are much better than his fastball, at least location-wise, and fooling the hitter as he did Kinsler with the slider, and then this breaking pitch. Just missing with a fastball outside and low.
Chases the breaking ball. He is 0 for 5, and that's out number 2.
Wow. I've never seen Kinsler swing like that. I mean, this is an effort that he was so fooled. It had to be just sitting fastball to get the slider. And we'd have to think that with the difficulty that Balfour was having throwing the fastball for strikes, that he would think about something other than the heater, but he wasn't. And there's your swing. And I better swing because it's a strike.
Here's Andrus. He's 2 for 4. Good breaking ball for a strike. Andrus singled in the 4th and scored, singled in the 8th and scored.
Sounds like Balfour wants to use his fastball as a waste pitch. Maybe a chase, trying to get him to chase a pitch out of the strike zone.
Another breaking ball. And this is by far the most breaking balls we've seen Balfour throw. But good ones.
Stay with what's working. Doolittle and Cook last night out of the bullpen. Balfour did not pitch. It was a 5-1 game.
Outfield slid over toward right center. You see Cespedes over in that area. Moss shallow and right. Swing and a miss. Another breaking ball. 1 and 2. That's a nasty pitch.
It's really an unhittable pitch, especially somebody throws as hard as Balfour does. You gear up for it, and like Kinsler, Andrus just waving at the slider. Slider, curveball, both working effectively.
So 1 and 2. And another breaking ball. This one well off the plate to even the count at 2 and 2. He struck him out. He just stayed with it. How about that? So bottom of the ninth coming up. We're all tied at 4. ball game tonight. 4-4, bottom of the 9th inning. Rosales swings at the first pitch, pops it up in foul territory. And Moreland has it for out number 1. So Adam Rosales now 1 for 5. Tanner Scheppers stays out there. 68th inning, and he's back to work here in the ninth. So 1 out for Lowry. Lowry has a big hit in this game, an RBI double with 2 outs in the 5th inning. First pitch in for a strike.
I think a manager, pitching coach would like to see a reliever. Shepard is kind of the case for Ron Washington to be able to give some innings, not just come in and throw one.
Quality innings too, right?
And throw hard. The Moors, as they did a lot last year, 14 times in a regular season on the top step. This time of the game trying to get a walk-off, which is what it's going to be if they're going to win.
Well, Lowry not in agreement with the 3rd strike.
Well, they're saying terrible. Fastball in, doesn't move back in the strike zone.
Number 52.
It's not where he catches it, where it crosses a plate. That's questionable. Really did not come back that much.
So that's the first strikeout for Scheppers. And here's Cespedes. First pitch is a foul ball as kind of a check swing.
Soto calling a pitch inside, and they do not want Cespedes to extend his arms. Is Resop, who is pitching well lately, and unless the A's can get something out of a 2-out inning, be up to Resop to try to take it to 10th.
Pitch. Curveball. Long run for Moreland. And he's not going to get it, but he ran about 50 yards.
That hanging,
he wasn't loafing it either.
That hanging slider that Shepard just threw is one that you could see going to the right field bleachers off Cespedes' back. Swing a little bit late, but he's strong enough to do it.
So see if Scheppers hangs another one. Setting up outside. 0-2 pitch. Popped up foul again. Cespedes getting some good swings. Cespedes tonight is 0 for 4. He's flat out twice, grounded out twice, and his average is at 204. Another hanger. This one hit to right field. Cruz coming in. We got extra frames, folks. 4-4 game as we head to the 10th. A's and Rangers. Coliseum. So the new pitcher for the Athletics is Chris Resop. So to the bullpen. Resop's going to try to keep this a 4-4 game. 18th appearance for Resop. A lot of base runners allowed in his 17 innings of work. The ERA at 5.29. Extra inning records. The A's are 3-0. The Rangers are 0-1. A's did not get double credit for that 19-inning win.
Number 27, Lance Berkman.
So Berkman to lead it off against Resop. He'll be followed by Beltre and then Cruz. So it's the 3, 4, 5 hitters for Texas. Berkman 1 for 4. Make that 1 for 3. He walked. First pitch, chases a high fastball and fouls it back.
Grant Balfour ended up striking out the side in the 9th inning after a 1-out single and an error, first and second, but then Kinsler and Andrus probably saw more breaking pitches tonight in 2 at-bats they've seen in their careers against Grant Balfour.
No question.
But he was great. Got out of the inning. First Resop, a good slider to Lance Berkman. Or maybe the change split, but it worked well, sinking away from the lefty.
So 0-2 to Berkman.
Very good changeup that Resop has been throwing in addition to good fastball.
Tried it again. This time Berkman laid off. So it's been Doolittle, Cook, Blevins, Balfour, and now Resop out of the bullpen. So busy night. Cologne went 6.
Why do these guys always seem like they're coming up? Huh?
Ain't that the truth? Berkman's going to call timeout.
Shook the fastball inside. Changeup shook off. Norris tried to go fastball away. Fastball away.
Instead, it's low. And the count's even 2-2. So the Rangers tied the game with that single run in the top of the 8th inning off Cook. One hit hard. Barton on the backhand. And he gets it to Resop, and that's out number 1.
He can play some first base. Eric Barton, for a former catcher, is an outstanding first baseman. Shift was on. Berkman out in front and pulling the ball, but Barton with a nice backhand. And then a nice feed to Chris Resop. Like he caught the ball in his glove as he brought it down. Looked like he's bobbling a little bit, but corralled it with his right hand. That's a big first out, especially the Berkman and his power. But Eric Barton, a home run in Seattle. Gold Glove first baseman. He's playing great.
So here's Beltre. Beltre takes a pitch in the dirt. Looked like he was probably taken all the way. Got a single and double and a run scored for Beltre tonight. He's got 8 home runs and 23 runs batted in. Cruz will be next. Joe Nathan is throwing, at least just in case. 3-0 to Beltre.
Look out here. Sure, he would have the green light if he wants it.
Here comes the 3-0, and he launches one toward left center field. Smith on the move, Cespedes on the move, and it's gone.
What I was afraid of.
3-0 pitch, Beltre homers, 5-4 Texas. Well, now Joe Nathan will really start to heat up.
At times you really have to think about the hitter situation, and especially at 3-0, you just have to know he's going to be swinging. Target right down the middle. There's a low fastball, and I mean, in his mind, he was swinging the entire time. 3-0.
Cruz tries to make it 6-4.
I'm not saying you throw him a 3-0 slider, but if he's going to be swinging, you don't necessarily want to just give him the pitch down the middle that he can drop the head of the bat on. And he did exactly that.
Good pitch there by Resop. 0-2. So Beltre's third hit in this game is a big one. Toward right field. Moss is going to get over there as he moves to his left.
Yeah, the really good news for the A's. The only good news, since they're trailing by a run, the good news, Sheppers is out of the game.
Yes, he is.
Nathan's going to come in and consider the way Sheppers has been mowing down the A's. Turn it over to the closer. Which the Rangers will do that in this bottom half of the inning. Just keep it a one-run game.
So Moreland steps in for his fifth at bat. 1 for 4 with a 2-run homer. He's the starter tonight for the Rangers. He was good early, but kind of ran out of gas in the middle innings, did Derek Holland. The home run guys now for the Rangers. Beltre has 9, Cruz has 9, and Moreland with his tonight has 8. Kinsler's got 7. A 1-2 outside corner. That one's hit towards center. Cespedes goes back, still going back, and that one's gone.
Oh, that hurts.
Moreland's done it again. His third home run in this series.
Man is strong to be able to take the 0-2 pitch. Only this one, watch Derek Norris. He wants to go up the line. Last night, A.J. Griffin finished his 7th inning with a fastball. Derek Norris wants it up. Look at it right down the middle. I always believe that when certain pitchers can do it, but pitchers are geared to pitch down in the zone. And whenever the target goes up, to make that change,
can't make it enough.
Yeah, it's. I mean, you really have to over-exaggerate, especially if it's intended to be a chase pitch up out of the strike zone. But when you're accustomed to pitching down in a downward plane, and then you have to pitch up.
One and one to Soto, who's 0 for 4. He did reach on an error in the 7th inning.
But anytime a closer gets an extra run, it makes it that much easier, or at least a lot less pressure. takes away any possibility. At least if the A's could put a runner on base, it takes away a possible bunt to get the tying run in scoring position. You said it best. Moreland has been hot. He has proven in this series.
So 1-2 to Soto. Recep trying to get out of the inning, and he will. Fastball right there. So home runs by Beltre, Moreland, both solo shots. So work to do for the A's. It's the Rangers 6, the A's 4, bottom of the 10th. Four over the A's. Not done yet. When it's time for change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. It's your oil change, tune-up, and smog expert. So the closer comes in, Joe Nathan. He's 11 for 11 so far this year. So as we come to expect from Joe Nathan, having another very nice season. Here's our McDonald's True Stories for tonight. It has to do with that guy, Josh Donaldson, double in the second. Let's check it out. There it is. In the fourth inning, he's got a base hit to right field. Sixth inning, another double. He would score in the sixth inning. And then in the seventh, he's got a base hit. That is a 4-for-4 night for Josh Donaldson. So, continues to have a terrific season.
He's done it 3 times in his career. How about a 5-hit game? Probably hasn't done that. He's got to have a chance. And Sheppers, what a night he had.
Yeah, Sheppers is your co-MVP tonight, huh?
One hit batter.
Go on to win this game.
That was it. One hit batter.
So Nathan to face Donaldson, Norris, and Jaso. And the first pitch, Donaldson takes a rip, fouls it straight back. Big right-hander throws, and it's skied towards center, playable for Gentry. So Donaldson is retired for the first time tonight, and that's out number 1 here in the 10th. 309 career saves for Joe Nathan, 20th on the all-time list. And if you look at the amount of saves he needs, he's going to move up quickly. He's got a chance to tie Goose Gossage.
That is 300th against the Tampa Bay Rays.
He did.
Which everybody in the park had it ball 4 to Ben Zobrist. As the pitch was a foot outside and on the ground, but it was called a strike, and that was 300th save for Big Joe. 300 anymore. You saw that list of guys with 300 plus saves. Quite a few.
Nathan, remember, he missed all of the 2010 season. He had the arm surgery. 2011, he came back with the Twins and saved 14 games. But he wasn't quite the same. Remember, we saw him early in that season, Ray, and he just, well, quite frankly, he looked like a guy who just came back from surgery. Right. He wasn't throwing quite as hard.
And it wasn't the closer anymore. Caps actually closed in Minnesota. That's when he decided to be a free agent and go to Texas.
So it was interesting what the Rangers did after that 2011 season, where Nathan, he at times did not look that great, but the Rangers signed him anyways to a 2-year deal because they figured, hey, he's got that 1 year of recovery out of the way. We think he's going to get back to the way he used to be, and he is back to that. 37 saves last year for Texas. 2-1, setting up inside to Norris. Runs inside, so 3-1. A's need a base runner to get that tying run to the plate. Jaso waiting in the on-deck circle. Three-one pitch, and he walked him.
Well, this is what everybody said, and you beat the umpire on this. This is a pitch to 3-2 to Vince-Oberst, and that's ball 4. No, Marty Foster said it's a strike. Can you believe it? Yeah, wow, even Joe Nathan. I heard the MLB did a great package. They have every broadcaster, home TV, home radio, visiting, and everyone said that's ball 4. Yep. Everybody except Marty Foster.
Here's Jaso. He's now get the tying run to the plate, and the first pitch is a ball. Seth Smith waits in the on-deck circle. Foul straight back. Fastball 91 miles an hour. Say Nathan's best pitch, Ray, is probably that slider. It's a hard slider.
Well, it looks like a splitter. A lot of people thought it was a splitter, but it is a hard slider right over the top. Bearing down towards the plate. A lot of times in the dirt, hitters swing over it.
Orland playing behind Norris. Off speed pitch stays outside. Well, Bob Melvin was tossed out of this game. He was in the bottom of the 8th inning, at the end of the bottom of the 8th inning. So Chip Hale, the acting manager right now. Missed again. 3-1. So Nathan doing his best to make it interesting. And that one strike on the outside corner. Just caught the corner. So a full count with 1 out and Norris the runner at first base. Beltre with a solo home run with 1 out in the top of this inning. That made it 5-4. Moreland followed up with another solo home run, and that's where we stand 6-4.
And Nathan has a lot of confidence in his slider, especially 3-2. He don't necessarily give him with a fastball.
Comes the pitch, and it's outside, and he walked him.
That was a better pitch than Marty Foster called to strike it.
Wow.
Yeah, that was the backdoor slider that John Jaso just took it and I don't know how he called it a ball. I mean, what part? It had the corner, and you saw the side as far as the height. And right there's your difference just in this inning. You know, we don't know if it was the same would have happened, but the extra run with Moreland's home run, two-run game versus the one, and that's the difference now. And what about this conversation going to be like with home plate umpire coming in?
Yeah, Vic's outnumbered here. And they're asking him too.
You can't argue balls and strikes. And everybody stays in the game. Even questioning the pitch is arguing, essentially, when you question where was the pitch.
So Smith will hit. The tying runs are on base. Back-to-back walks with one out. Outfield is extremely deep. First pitch blocked. In fact, Craig Gentry, the center fielder, I'm told he's out there somewhere, Ray.
He's in the shadows of the center field wall. If the ball's over his head, it's a home run.
There is a center fielder out there somewhere.
Man, there's not a lot of grass between he and the warning track. There it is. Yeah, that's deep. The whole purpose, cut off any ball in the gap, keep it from going to the wall, and keep Jaso from scoring from first. Let's go from first on the base hit to left center or right center, just in general.
Smith rips one down the right field line, just foul.
And that would have scored both. I don't care how deep you're playing, that was going to score both runs. It just hooked foul after taking the first pitch slider into the dirt. Seth Smith jumped on a fastball. Not even Hyundai Sunday. Almost. Wow. Just on the grass, foul.
So the count even at 1-1, and the A's are making Nathan work. And a couple blown saves in his career here, but the ERA is terrific.
So he's going to the back of his neck for moisture. Cool evening. Baseball is late in the game where they're not necessarily rubbed up, so he's trying to get as much moisture as he can on his hand from the back of his neck.
Smith 2 for 4 with a couple of singles. He has scored twice. Long look in by Nathan, and Smith wants time.
Soto blocked the first slider in the dirt to prevent both runners from advancing in scoring position. And that's the problem with the hard slider for the catcher, to be able to try to block it if it is in the dirt.
Close pitch. Just a touch inside. 92 miles an hour on the fastball. Ten balls, 6 strikes for Nathan. He's usually got pretty good control. Swing and a miss. Good pitch there.
92 sinking down and away, challenged him, and that's perfect location. Probably the best thing for Seth Smith is not make contact. He was not going to do much with it.
Well, the count is even. Norris at second, Jaso at first. Full count with Brandon Moss waiting in the on-deck circle.
Fastball, slider, pitch. If he throws a slider, he can hang him. He can also throw it in the dirt. Throws a fastball. Pretty good pitch. Low 90s with the fastball.
Nathan's ready. And here's the full count pitch. Runners stay. And it's looped toward left center field. That's a base hit. Norris is going to score. Jaso to third. They'll hold him there. Smith to second with a double. It's 6-5.
Do you remember Game 4 of the division series against the Tigers? Seth Smith came up with a big hit, scored a couple, and he would score the go-ahead run. This is a great job of hitting. Pitch down and away. He just serves it out to left center. And with the outfielders playing so deep, normally in a normal position, this is maybe just a base hit, but they're playing so deep they could not get to it quickly enough. And I'm sure it hurt Mike Gallego to have to hold up John Jaso. But a great job of hitting by Seth Smith going opposite field.
And they're going to walk Moss and pitch to Barton.
Well, all of a sudden the go-ahead run's a second, and Moss's run means nothing at this point. He sets up force at all bases, and now of course the outfield is going to play normal position.
So Derek Barton, a chance to be a hero. As he's going to bat with the bases loaded, 1 out, and the A's down by 1 run. How about that?
Well, there's one thing about Derek Barton, and this is where this intentional walk, with Derek Barton's ability to take pitches. He knows the strike zone. He's very quick.
Yeah, Nathan's going to have to throw strikes.
You figure with Barton and his normal at bat, he would have to throw strikes. And Derek Barton could be one who could wait a long time, take a ball to the opposite field like Seth Smith did. But Derek Barton, at least in the last couple of years, has been outstanding with pitches in or out of the strike zone, especially those out of the strike zone.
Jaso, Smith, Moss are the runners. As Ray said, Moss the runner at first. Now that run doesn't mean anything. It's the guy at third, the guy at second, and the guy in the batter's box, which is Derek Barton.
And really the guy at first, Kite, because with the bases loaded, the infield playing for 2, Brandon Moss can get a big lead. He can do some serious damage at second if indeed a ground ball is hit. And Barton has good speed to try to avoid hitting into a double play.
First pitch to Barton. Outside, ball 1.
Bob Washington trying to move somebody. They're thinking the ball's hit the board, and then he goes to the plate instead of. And Jaso could get a huge lead off third if he wants it.
Barton pops it foul. And the count is even at 1-1. This is Barton's second at bat. He grounded to short in the 8th inning. And that was the play at first that was very, very close. And it was the play that Bob Melvin got ejected, arguing with the first base umpire.
And with Jaso at third and Beltre really off the bag, you don't want to take a chance of a play at the plate, and that's why Jaso can get down the line even farther than he is and just go in contact. Puts the ball on the ground. It doesn't matter with the bases loaded. He's going to have to run anyway. And he can get a bigger lead than what he is getting right now. Same for Moss at first base. Soto's not going to throw.
Curve stays high. Joe Nathan's stuff is not sharp tonight. Velocity 90-91 on his fastball. So the A's trying to do the walk-off thing again. Two and 2. Fastball out over the plate. Barton fouled it straight back.
It's probably the biggest pitch of the night for Joe Nathan. 2-2. 2-1 fastball to hit. Barton with a little uppercut swing. At least with the uppercut, if he gets under it, can drive the ball deep enough, the A's can at least tie the game with a sac fly.
28th pitch of the inning for Nathan. None bigger than this one. 2-2 to Barton. Popped a foul back. Hanging in there.
Well, this is probably the best time for Derek Barton, the type of hitter that he has become, a hitter who waits a long time as the pitch is approaching, and as a result has a very good eye for pitches out of the strike zone.
Another 2-2 to Barton. Now time call. Sogard has come out into the on-deck circle. That is the Rosales spot. Two pitch. Jammed him and he rolled it foul. The pitcher's running right in on Barton. So heck of an at bat for Derek Barton.
Wonder if it's as cold on the field as it is up here.
It's getting chilly. Well, you see a lot of the players blowing on their hands.
Well, you'd like to see the infielders blowing on the hands, because if they get a ground ball, maybe they can't turn too. Beltray with his hand in his back. He's out there with no sleeves on. It is a chilly night in Oakland. A lot of warmth if Derek Barton can come through.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out. That's that slider that acts like a splitter. And Nathan just threw his best one of the night, and he gets a huge strikeout. It just dives downward.
Your attention, please. Ladies and gentlemen.
Soto trapped it into the dirt. Turned his glove down, trapped it, but you're right. A hard slider, a good slider. And Derek Barton, even though it was out of the strike zone, it looked good coming in, and no contact.
So the A's still got a shot to win it, but they need a hit from Sogard. Nathan kicks in the first pitch. Hit toward Kinsler, who grabs it, and he flips to first, and that's the ball game. Sogard hit it very hard, and that's a nice play by Kinsler.
See how deep he was playing?
And he was playing a couple steps back out onto the grass, and that helped him make the play. So the A's had a shot to win it, a very good shot to win it in the bottom of the 10th inning, but they come up short. So exciting game, but a disappointing finish as the Rangers scored 1 in the 8th, 2 in the 10th, and then hung on. And they defeat the Athletics by a final score of 6-5, and they do it in 10 innings. So rubber game of the series tomorrow at 12:30. Don't go anywhere. Right now, be right back with more from the ballpark in a moment. Right now, we send you to the Comcast Sportsnet studios for A's Postgame Live.